Hello everyone. It's me, your friendly neighborhood Kofukustream. Let me set up for a few more moments. Yeah, I need to open up like basically almost everything in the gosh darn world. Hi Marseille. Sorry I started late. My cats were demanding attention from me. And I was like, well, hi kitty cats. I woke up at like 4:30 today, like a half an hour ago. So the second I woke up, all of them swarmed me, asking for attention. It was really cute. I have George right here. He's like a little cuddle boy. He loves to cuddle and shit, so yeah. There's already a new version. No. I'm not gonna update that until it's like 1.81. I'm talking about the program I use to combine my Kick and YouTube chats. And speaking of that, I kind of I think tomorrow is when I'm gonna first start streaming on Twitch. However, things around here are going to have to change, unfortunately. I mean, I could say the N-word, I guess. I mean, I've never really say the hard R on stream, but I guess I can say that because I've seen other black creators say it. But it's not really obvious that I'm black, so I hope no one's gonna give me trouble for that. And sometimes I just say it. It's just an expletive that I just say. Because it's just shock. It's just shock and awe. Let's see. Give me a moment. Give me just a second, baby. I'm gonna start drawing soon. Give me just a moment. Give me just a second, baby. I'ma start drawing soon. Baby, if you give me just a second, a little moment, I'll start drawing like I know I should. Baby, if you give me a little moment, I'll start drawing like I know I should. I'm a good singer. Ba-da-bum bum, ba-da-dun dun, ba-da-bum bum, ba-da-dum bum, ba-da-dun dun, ba-da-dun dun, ba-ba-bum bum 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 bum, ba-da-dum bum, ba-da-dum bum, ba-da-dum bum 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 bum, ba-da-dun dun, da-da-dun dun, ba-ba-bum bum 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 bum, ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. This is good beginning of stream moment. Oh, give me a second, actually. I just remembered I needed to do something. We will begin very shortly, my friends. Oh, is that what it's doing? Oh. Okay. Give me just a moment, friends. Sorry, fellas. I'm here, don't worry. Hello. Ooh. Alright. I really don't know what to draw today. Becky. I'll draw Becky. This is my model. You guys like that? Oh, pop, 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 pop. Hold on. Why is it showing up twice? Hold on, give me one moment. That's strange. Hold on. Alright, I'm back with my friends.
I had to give your dice a bath.
You gave my dice a bath?
Yeah.
Oh, are you gonna stream?
I'm streaming right now. I've been streaming this whole time.
Do we have an audience?
Yes.
One person. They couldn't hear us.
Yeah.
They can hear us now.
Yes.
Okay.
I've been streaming this whole time. I was talking to my friends in the back. That's literally how it felt. Yeah, for like 27 minutes.
At the water cooler.
It was a little personal, so I didn't decide to like broadcast that, but I was like drawing and like kind of talking to my stream and then also talking to you guys. I just wanted to hear what was being said.
I got itchy ear.
Quite frankly, nothing has been cooking. I woke up today at like 4:30. My cats bombarded me, so I started streaming at like 5:15. All of them wanted attention from me at different times.
You were cooking. The reason I had to give your dice a bath. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. It's
it
lag.
was more so because, you know, the dice have little tiny bubbles in them. So some of the paint, when I was inking, got into said bubbles. And I was like, I feel like this is gonna bother a Kofu.
Probably.
So I'm trying to wash it out as best as possible and be more careful, but there might be some that I cannot avoid. I apologize. They can be keepsakes.
Honestly, I'll still take them. I just need... What I'm doing right now on stream is I'm making a model for Becky. Or like
Becky.
I've tried multiple times to do like a really nice like reference sheet model type thing, but I just really haven't gotten it down. Hold on.
Fair.
I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I wasn't comfortable with it. I just was like, it's not really what I'm looking for. Where is she? Okay. Well, this is one of the models I came up with.
I love it.
I hate it. I just don't like it.
I like the overalls a lot.
It's just ugly.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I just don't. I just really don't like it.
I think
Is it because it's supposed to be you?
No, this doesn't look anything like me. I don't look like this in real life.
Well, I hope not.
This doesn't look like me in real life. It looks fine, but I don't know. I don't like it.
What don't you like about it? Be more specific.
Okay, here's what I don't like about it. I think the stance is really like kind of awkward. It's
probably because of the feet.
Yeah, it's not just the feet. It's
well,
like
the feet are
the
the
legs,
the whole body, right?
Imagine looking like that IRL. Like, I would be happy, not going to lie. I mean, I would be really happy if I looked like that in real life. With little,
Why
with
you
a
have
little
her, like, chilling in a chair?
Well, because you need to see the whole body.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's a
maybe
reference
have her,
sheet.
have her T-pose.
Or A pose.
Yeah, have her
Or X
T-pose. I don't know. I think it's also the style. I went with, like, Pixel for this. And, like, it was, like, this pen that I was using that kind of blends anti-aliasing and, like, crunchy pixels. It's just a ref for me to use when I'm making, like, material for YouTube.
For color, it seems perfect.
Yeah, it's fine color-wise. Color's
Yeah.
all fine.
I mean,
It's
Holds in the pen.
it just looks a little more crowded, like, compared to the one, like, the square of the, the other image that's there.
Yeah, this is my PNG tuber on the left. On the
Yeah,
right...
it's a lot more detailed and bright and vibrant, I'd say. Like feels like the lighting is different. It feels like the mask is
it is
lighter.
different.
Yeah, so just maybe try to match the color palette a little bit better since you're emulating it from the square.
So here's the thing. The mask is darker because I didn't add the light highlight that I'm supposed to right here. See, because this is the base color that you get right there. And I was supposed to add the lighting so that it looks three-dimensional and not like it's just pasted on.
That makes sense.
That's why it looks darker.
Well, as a
Hold on.
reference thing, it seems really good. I mean, it's not something that they're gonna see in full, like, all the time.
The face is a little squished in the ref that you're making. Yeah. I just want to redraw it because I feel like I could do it better. Like here, this is what I would... Yeah, this is what I would be using this for.
Yeah.
Oh, cause see, these colors are all based off of what has been done here. And I kind of feel like I got some design inaccuracies because I wasn't quite sure of what, like, this part right here, that's not in the ref. That's not how I want it to be. There's some design inaccuracies because I don't have one. How big do I want the tail? How puffy do I want, how long do I want the braids? Like, these are things that I consider when making my art. And this is just a sketch right now. But, see, I also set it up the same.
I like that part.
Thank you.
Little flow birds.
That's a better pose.
Yeah, it's more lifelike. It's A-posing, technically.
Yeah.
What you're describing... why? Oh, yeah. What you're describing is a T-pose. This is an A-pose.
I don't want to know what a D pose is.
In the sky and constellations, on earth wonders, but they do not compare with your divine look.
What?
And then love? Sir,
Whoa.
I'm queer.
Milady?
I only like women. I'm sorry.
Plot twist, it is a woman.
Plot twist, it's a woman.
You want me to Mrs. Obama get down them or?
No,
Okay.
it's fine.
You want me to take the shot now?
Bro,
No, it's fine.
protective, so cute.
I know. I just done a bit.
It's fine. They're fine.
Kofu,
I know
you got your first sim.
No,
Oh my god.
no.
You're a woman streaming on the internet.
Once you're
gonna
done
get
with
sent.
that, you need to make one for Bo and Shady. Well, Shady can make their own because Shady's an artiste, so Shady can make their own. Bo would be a little different.
I actually had, funny enough, while I was vacuuming today, I was thinking about who I would make, and then I was like, I literally have Bright Nights and
Just
Shady
make your-
Days.
Yeah, just make yourself. Or
And I was like,
Well, this
why
isn't
not
really
use
me.
Bright Nights?
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
that was what I was
It's
saying. Like, I was like, I could do Bright Nights and Shady, and what I could do is during the day, I'll have Shady's little model, and like when it gets later, just switch over to Bright Nights.
yeah.
I don't even know what I do.
It's if you want to do something, you don't have to.
No, I know, but I like the idea of like an avatar. I just never thought about it.
You're like a little avatar. You're like, I'm the avatar. It's me.
Yeah.
I can show you if you'd like, Marseille, what my character would potentially be.
Damn, this Pokemon music's Spanishing right now.
I'm kind of
just a JPEG of them IRL.
Yeah, it's just gonna be me. I'll take a picture of myself, mouth open, mouth closed, and blinking, and send it to Tofu.
Bruh.
I've never seen someone do a Transformers like V person.
I think I have seen.
No, they have. They've made like Halo.
That's funny.
They've made like so much.
Well, Halo's kind of smart because it's less animation because you just have a helmet.
Kinda. It depends on what you want to do with it. Oh, I forgot I have lemon cake right here.
Yummy.
Ooh.
Bro, that object purple is bussin'.
Yeah.
That's me. It took a muffin that my mom made and I sat and watched Game of Thrones with her. And it was behind me, so it stopped existing naturally.
I literally okay. I asked my cousin to get me chocolate.
Oh, my family's back home. I'll be right back.
Oh, I'll tell the story. Yeah, you can get chocolate duty free when you come back in at the big cabaret like bars. So I asked for 2, and for some reason I forgot that I asked for 2. So I only ate 1, and then it's just been in the fridge. And I was like, "Can I have a piece of that chocolate you have in the fridge?" And my mom was like, "That's yours." I'm like, what? It's like, "Didn't you ask for 2?" I'm like, "Oh shit, I did." And then I just ran and got it. I was like, "Oh, heaven sent." It's like, you need to start telling me that I have one of one thing more often, and then I wouldn't eat them so fast. It's like, I don't know why I forgot. But, I mean, it worked, because I didn't eat it in a day.
I shouldn't forget to take my other half of my medication, because Kof was to work on Orva with me for D&D tomorrow.
Yeah, and I don't have to do a pop-up tomorrow, so I'll be home. I don't have to take a nappy poo before. Yeah, I was going to, but I was like, what the heck? Something just crashed in my house. I wanted to, but then I was like, it might be a risk. And I have to travel soon. And then I also have to figure out what the heck I'm going to do with my hair on Sunday.
At 6, I might go just to get some food.
I'd say.
Yeah.
I had food. I have food already. I'm glad that my sister
back.
was.
Hey, Kofu, at 6, I might get some food.
Okay.
Get some. Yep. I gotta eat something.
You do?
Yeah, I do gotta eat something. I haven't really eaten anything.
You eat?
I don't really do that anymore. Not since it became a restful cube.
A restful cube.
Yeah. That video. You stinking up the place. No.
I don't laugh at dangerous jokes.
Dangerous jokes?
Yes.
That's not a dangerous joke. Don't worry, I'll show you who I'll show you the restful cube.
I know the reference was probably separate from the sentence "I don't eat anymore."
Oh my god.
Oh.
Here,
to be fair, I just watched something yesterday about Eugenia Cooney, who looks like they're near death. So to be fair, that's a bit in my head.
Oh boy.
You're not.
No, she's not gonna last another year. It's really sad. I know people kept saying that, but she's at the age now.
What do you mean at the age? I kind of want to hear more about this. What happened?
In the anorexic community, once you hit 30, your body starts not being able to tolerate as much.
Oh.
And that's why in the anorexic community, if you look at when people die, it's usually around 30 to 32.
Oof.
Because they've done it their entire life growing up, and then their body just starts getting older. Yep. Just literally look it up. All the deaths are like between the ages, depending on when they started. Like the people in the anorexic community that start young, it's pretty bad. I can send you the video about it, but it's pretty dark.
I'll watch it later.
Okay, I'll send you the link for later.
Thank you. Here, this
Yeah.
is the restful cube. Do you guys see this?
Yeah, I
It
can
is,
see
it is a cube and it is certainly restful.
Can you guys hear it?
Yeah.
I
Good.
thought I told you. By the time I got home from work, you had better be out there looking for a friggin' job.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm watching my shows.
You're not watching anything. Your friggin' eyes are closed. You haven't opened them since you became a restful cube.
I don't really perceive like that anymore.
No.
I let you stay here because I thought that when you were done mutating and shedding your corporeal form, maybe you would enter a new phase of reality and get out of my house. But you're still here, and you're still on my friggin' couch.
Hey, man, you know, restful cubes be resting, man. That's what we be doing, man.
And that smell, is that you? You're starting to stink. It smells terrible in here.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I am
Okay, clearly, even in your new form, you still have to shower. You smell awful. Go to the shower.
Nah, not yet.
Go to the bathroom
It's a
and take a
restful cube.
shower.
Not yet.
He's restful.
Shower now.
Nah, man, no, not yet, not yet.
Okay, let's compromise. You go to the backyard, I'll hose you off, and then afterwards, I'll get you a Happy Meal.
Yay!
And I won't tell Ronald McDonald that you've been a stinky boy, which I will do if you don't go to the backyard.
Okay, that works for me.
Oh!
You're enjoying this way too much, aren't you?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, kinda.
He became a restful cube.
Terrifying.
We've all had that roommate who can't help but mutate into a restful. What was that 4D piss? Where's the 4D piss?
What?
Okay, I'm gonna go get some food, y'all. You have a good stream. I love you.
I love you.
Goodbye.
Where's the 4D piss?
What are you talking about?
On the couch. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that works for me.
Oh,
It's the slime puddle he left on the couch, bro.
the stench.
But this is referencing this.
Oh, not yet.
Oh, not yet. Here. You have to watch this, guys. Oh. No. Oh.
You talk from when you die. That's the new rule of the game. You talk, you die.
Whoa. I know we're laughing at him, but he is doing a lot better for himself now. He's gone to college. Like he's doing a lot better for himself. So this guy, he's recovered from this. He's just very autistic, which you can't really help. And we're not laughing at him. We're laughing at the ridiculousness of the situation. Just prefacing that. I don't make fun of autistic
Go to
people.
the bathroom.
Demetrius.
Get off the game, go to the bathroom, and take a shit. Now.
Hey.
Bathroom and shit.
You can hear him farting, by the way.
Go to the bathroom and take a shit. I can smell you. Get off.
He's farting. He's farting. You can hear him farting.
Shit now. Go to the bathroom and take a shit. I can smell you. Get off.
Hey,
Go to the bathroom.
get out.
Go to the bathroom.
What the
I
hell?
can smell you shitting yourself. Get up and go to the bathroom. Now.
No. Yeah.
Get
No.
up and go to
No.
the bathroom.
Not yet. What the hell?
Go to the bathroom. You're shitting yourself.
Not yet. What the hell?
Go to the
Not
bathroom.
yet.
You're shitting yourself.
Not yet. No.
I will rip
No.
everything apart. I swear to God. Go to the bathroom.
Not yet.
You're
no.
shitting yourself.
Not yet.
You're shitting yourself. Poop is coming out of your fucking
Hey.
asshole.
No,
Go to the bathroom.
Not yet. What the hell?
Go.
Not yet. No.
Go to the goddamn bathroom.
Not yet.
And then that's when he turns off the stream. Bro.
What the hell?
It's just art, probably. No, yeah, what the hell?
What the hell?
So, as you can see, no, not yet. Demetrius! I do, okay, there's several facets to this situation that I need to commentate on. Alright, there's several facets. One, I mean, she's his mom. She knows him best. But if I could say in the vacuum of the situation, given what I know now, like, or not even know now, but given what I know presently, I kind of don't like the way she talked to him. It sounded really, I mean, obviously she's, like, I don't even think angry. I think she's alarmed and trying to describe to him the urgency of the situation. But he doesn't get it because he, like, it's not clicking in his brain that he'll need to clean himself up if he shits himself. Right? So I feel like the best thing, instead of yelling at him to go to the bathroom, is explain why that's a problem. Which is sad because he's like 16 years old in that clip and he doesn't know why that's a huge issue to clean himself up. But, like, I think if you need to explain it to someone who doesn't understand and doesn't have the capability to understand, it's your responsibility as a parent to do so. However, she's been dealing with this dude his whole life. Alright, his whole freaking life. So, yeah.
Tactical poop break.
Tactical poop break. Stay with me, Captain. Bro, that's fucking... You could have this on a thumb... But she was black? A racist Karen realizes she's going to jail for murder. Oh boy.
I'm trying to understand that. Do you feel like you did something wrong here?
Isn't that gonna get flagged?
Huh? For what?
I don't know. I thought that some things get flagged when you try to react to them.
Like, you're talking about the Kitchen Nightmares thing?
Yeah, like, that...
That was because that was, like, a show that I was playing, and UMG doesn't like that. Well, not even UMG, it was someone else. But generally speaking, when I do content like this, or I don't really get in trouble for it, because it's a YouTube video and not, like, a YouTube video of a show that they're allowed to put on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
This is 58-year-old Susan Lawrence, I don't know, a deeply disturbed racist Karen who's about to get punished for robbing the future of innocent little children. 35-year-old, Ajik Chantrell Owens was a single mother of 4 living a peaceful life in Florida. What? Being protected by the law? So wait. How, she murders people? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, they feel just in doing that. I mean, I'll let it play, and I want to hear the explanation as to what happened. But I'm going to cut it off after a certain period of time. No, I didn't full screen that. I want to let it play.
I did what I felt I had to. I honest to God thought she was going to kill me. I mean,
okay.
That's all I felt. I just felt that terror.
Oh,
I mean,
that works.
To A.J. Owens in front of the suspect's apartment with a gunshot wound.
We're going to go to the jail. There's no changing this. There's no stopping
it.
I don't care, kill me.
What the fuck?
This is 58-year-old Susan Lawrence, a deeply disturbed, racist Karen who's about to get punished for a homicide that is responsible for robbing the future of innocent little children. 35-year-old Ajike Chantrell Owens was a single mother of 4, living a peaceful life in Ocala, Florida, and made a living working as a restaurant manager. She was loved by family and friends, as most considered her a selfless and loyal person. Although she was a single mom, the family's future seemed bright as every aspect of their life was perfect. However, this ideal life would come crashing down on June 2nd, 2023, when a cold-blooded killer would end up being protected by the law. What exactly happened that drove a family to such a tragic fate? Or, more accurately, who is the one responsible for it?
Yeah, I've been careful about my wording, not because I don't want to be canceled, but just because, like, as I get bigger and as I evolve, like, kind of what my content is, I don't want it to be misconstrued that I feel a certain type of way about any kind of group of people, because that also encourages people with really weird beliefs to keep believing those things. Like, I kind of want to try to be a better example of what's funny to say and what's, like, writing the line, but isn't actually advocating for groups to be marginalized more than they already are, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm being careful about my wording, is because I've been considering that more as I get bigger, that, like, in the future, there will be people who will kind of reference, like, these old streams, and they'll be like, hey, it's okay for me to think like that because Kofukune thinks like that. And I'm like, no, it's not. If you ever thought I thought like that, it's a joke. And the joke is people like you exist. That's the butt of the joke. So that's why I'm being careful about what I'm saying. And especially because tomorrow I want to start streaming on Twitch, which is going to be fun.
The answer would be 58-year-old...
Oh.
What did you say?
I said fancy.
I like how that was like that gunshot too. Boom.
Susan Lawrence, a neighborhood Karen who lived alongside Ajike in a rental complex.
Okay.
Susan Lawrence was a well-known bully, harassing any tenant who came close to her property. She was often heard yelling and screaming and was disliked by most. But one of her biggest victims was the 4 children of Ajike Owens, aged between 4 and 12, whom Susan would fight with for allegedly playing in her yard.
Bruh.
Over there harassing her, doing anything they're playing. Literally, every time the police are over here because of she'll be inside, they can be...
This dispute over a shared area for tenants continued to escalate for 2.5 years.
Someone should be...
During this time, Ajike's children and Susan would get into several confrontations. However, with each argument, the relationship between the two families deteriorated rapidly, and Susan's antagonizing acts worsened daily. By December 2022, one such incident would show the kind of evil person Susan was.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't really balance well with the figure. And I'm gonna make these smaller too. What did you say?
You can't hear the dog barking, by the way, just making sure that's not getting picked up.
No, I don't hear no dog. I'll let you know if there's weird noises in the background that we hear.
Okay.
Okay, I heard it just then.
Bruh. The neighbor's being loud as shit, so their dog is like...
Why is Marseille said that they wanted to hear this dog? What are you gonna do for one of your biggest fans? Nothing.
I want my noise suppression, because then you... Wait, oh, yeah, here. Hello?
Hello?
I was like, Marseille is my fan. But now I have to lower my noise.
Bro, you're cutting off every other word that you're saying.
I have to lower my noise suppression because of that stupid ass dog.
Bro, this is sad.
I hate that thing. I spit on her.
I hate that stupid thing. I spit on you. This is so loud. It's not like a pleasant loud.
I said, go wherever you live. Listen, you're not that enough.
Oh, that's why.
If you treat my son like that again, I'm gonna rip your ass out and go beat you up.
What?
Whoa.
And I said, see that no
While you're drawing, I'm gonna draw because I'm trying to post more on my Insta.
No, I'm not gonna
I bet.
I don't know who the hell she was, but
It's
According to this
consistency that
alibi,
gets you
Ajike's
somewhere. I
children
kind of
had
have to
once
stop
again
doubting
trespassed on
myself.
her yard, causing Susan to kick
Dude,
them out.
yeah.
This angered Ajike, who picked up Susan's no trespassing
Just
sign
do.
out of the ground and threw it in her
Don't think
general
about it,
direction
just do.
without intent to hit her.
Don't doubt,
In
dude.
reality, though, this
Just
was
do.
nothing more than a grown woman
They got the
bullying children,
UBT.
as Susan
Did you
had
know
purposely left out
toxic
details to trick
perfectionism
cops
is
into
actually
arresting
one of
kids
the
under the age of
biggest like symptoms of autism? I heard that in a video where most people with autism suffer this toxic perfectionism where they think that if something turns out good, you should be miserable doing it or something.
Yeah. It's also my weird feeling of being perceived too.
I don't like to be perceived.
God. Yeah, it's like, oh God, what if someone like sees this and points out something on this drawing, and then I die.
And I die because they pointed it out.
It's like, yeah, it's like, just draw, you idiot. Stop being cringe.
Yeah, if someone points something bad about a drawing that you did, you could just do better next time.
Yeah, it's just that, you know, the Skype saga of these people every 2 minutes, not even being constructive, but just being like, this is what's wrong. And it's like, okay, well, can you help? No.
Well, give context for the people on stream, because they don't know.
Yes, for context, I am very iffy with critique, even though I don't want to be, because I would just be chilling. And bear in mind, these people were way older than me. But I'd just be chilling, and then so someone would start sharing screen, and then they just pull up my art that I was really proud of, and I'd be like, oh wow, like, you know, like, do you guys like it? And then they'd be like, this is what's wrong with it, and redline the shit out of it. I was like, I don't even think I was 15 yet, bro.
Yeah, you were like 14.
I was like 12, 13. I wasn't even, I was 12, 13. I'd be like, what? Okay. And from then, anytime someone's like, hey, could I give you a critique? My brain is always like, oh God.
It's gonna be bad. They hated it. I did something bad.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm trying. Also, thank you for being my second biggest fan. I don't know who the first is, but thank you. And it would just be that. And it would be like, can you help me improve? No, but I can tell you what you did wrong. And I'd be like, oh, okay.
How do you help me improve that?
And then they just bragged about themselves. And then they like do this weird thing. I remember they used to like comment all the time about how one of my characters. I spit on them. They'd comment on how like one of my characters. I'm gonna just say it now. I love edgy characters. I'm gonna speak my truth. Edgy characters are so fun because it's so stupid, but it's funny. That you don't understand. That's so that is like, I eat that shit up for breakfast. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I had this one character like that, and they're like, yeah. Oh my God, Marissa, you were my number one fan. If you see you just got you've been promoted. You're one of my top employees. Because I am a Shadow fan. I love Shadow so much. I didn't even have to tell you that I like Shadow, and you know. Oh my God, what is that demon that you're putting on the screen? I don't know. But yes, so like they would be like, they'd randomly, I had this one character, and they'd be like, funny enough, the character was kind of inspired by Shadow because he was a Sonic character at the time. And they were like, oh, look at me, I have daddy issues. I'm like, no, he doesn't.
He doesn't have daddy issues.
Like, why are you projecting onto my character? You're weird. And these are adults, by the way. These are grown ass people. One of my biggest things to do, you're accurate, Kofu. One of my biggest things, or like this weird petty goal that I have, is just be like, hey, stupid. And then they look at me and I have a million gajillion followers. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. And I drive off in my Lamborghini.
Ooh.
But yes, so I'm very like about critique. I do try, But it's like when someone's like, "Hey, can I talk to you about something?" I get the same feeling.
Yeah.
It's the same feeling of, "Can I talk to you?" And I'm like, "Ugh." But I've been getting better about it.
Yeah, you have. It's like, it's just slow. It's a slow process to recover from trauma like that. Because that's just bullying. What you just described is bullying.
Yeah, and
They
they'd be
bullied
like,
you.
"What's the problem?" I remember
Grown
like
adults circled around you as bullied you.
Yeah, like I remember like someone. What color is your parachute? When? But like when
that was
there was another
hit.
person that snapped at those people too. I'm not gonna say their name, but you know them. And when he snapped, and they were like, "Well, what's your problem? Why are you so mean?" It's like, you guys literally would go into this man every day. What do you think is gonna happen?
Why are you so mad? Maybe because you're being mean?
Like, imagine trying to hang out after a day, like just like having a day. Like it'd be that me coming from school, and it'd be them coming from work, and every time you sit and draw, and people ask you to stream, by the way, your drawings, you're like, "Oh, look at that! Haha, you suck." I mean, I would snap too. I just stopped sharing my screen when I was drawing, but he was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
Damn dog. But I don't hang out with those people. I stopped hanging with them a long time ago. Amen.
Yeah, it's
And
because
he's
you
the
have me to
last.
hang out with now. Or you had me to hang out with then, and I wouldn't be an asshole to you like that. Like that. I was an asshole to you in different ways. Because I bully the people that I love. Like, that's just me.
But you wouldn't just be like, "Wow."
I would always ask you. Well, I wouldn't ask you, but I would like be very gentle about it. Like if I saw something that I thought you could like fix on your drawing, just so that like it just is more presentable and no one mentions it, I would just be like, "Hey, Shady, I think maybe you could do this instead. Like, do you notice what you're doing right there?" And I think you react better when someone is more gentle about it. And now I even know especially that you can even ask, "Are you in the mood for constructive criticism?" Like, I really appreciate it when people ask me that, because then it gets my mind in the gear to receive it, but I don't get like alarmed. My adrenaline doesn't shut on like, ooh, like I'm in trouble.
Because there's a difference between like, it's like, "Hey, look at this thing," and you're really happy to show it, and then the first thing that they say, and then you're like in your brain like, "Oh, uh-oh."
Yeah.
Instead you're like, "Hey, like, are you in?" I remember I stood up for someone in a server for that once, and the person that was giving the critique was like, "Well, everyone would." I'm like, "No, they didn't ask," because like I can't remember what it was specifically, but they had already started essentially. So the person sent something, and they didn't even know what the heck they were talking
I
about.
think it was just like a 12-year-old who was trying to.
No, it was in the Mabby art server.
Yeah, no, wasn't it like a really young person who was trying to
I think that they were my age. I think.
But they were tracing. They were a tracer, and they were trying to tell people. Not that one?
Person that had amnesia and not that person.
Yeah, someone was like, I had amnesia and I don't remember tracing these drawings.
They didn't even trace it. They printed it out. They printed out a character from the game. Basically, they were like, "Oh, I painted this." And I'm like, and I said, "What was your inspiration? Did you have any?" Because I've seen that drawing so many times. I was like, if you look at the character, it's like, if it's not the first, it is the second thing you see, basically. And I remember being like, "What was your inspiration?" Because I was like, "Let me see if I could catch this bitch." And they're like, "Nothing, actually. It came from my mind." I'm like, "Oh, interesting, cuz." And then they're like,
"Yeah, you had a screenshot of that. That was so funny."
Yeah, it was like and everybody was like, "What? Lol." Because it was like, and then they're like, I had a car accident, so I had amnesia. I might have based it on that. And I was like, "You just said that you didn't." And then someone in the freaking chat was trying to defend. I'm like, "But they said they were in a car." I'm like, I get that, but how do you go from saying...
They're a fucking liar. Who is in a car accident and then they have amnesia and forget that they traced? And all of their artwork was traced too. It wasn't even just that one.
Yeah, they printed that one specifically and said they painted it.
Yeah.
So they had their like paintbrush set up and they took a picture.
How do you fucking like take a print something out and say that you? Yeah, I don't know. Not even gonna trace it from the computer screen like how we used to. Yeah.
It was literally 1-to-1. It was straight up 1-to-1. So someone else, another artist, will put their quote-unquote painting over the actual thing. And they're like, because they kept saying, no, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know I had an accident. And then people were like, could you show us other art then? And then they showed us this weird, like, belt buckle thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, that was traced too, because it was traced off of a belt in the game. And you could still see, like, the artifacting, because what it looked like is that they, like, kind of fill tooled it and then lined it.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Oh Lord.
Anyway.
Memory. Yeah, but basically the person critiquing, they had already started. The person posted and then like kind of like dipped, and they're like, "Oh, you should something color burn." I'm like, what are you color burn? Like they were just saying, oh, "Did you use like these color?" Like they were just saying words.
Did you put color burn on a layer?
Like they were like saying words,
is that what they were saying?
And then something like that, and it was like so silly. It's like, what are you talking about? And then they used to bring up color theory all the time. Everybody, what do you mean color? That you studied color theory? Most of us do.
I've studied color theory. Okay. So
and then it's like, and then they were starting to critique, and they're like, "Can I offer you a critique?" And I said, maybe you shouldn't start critiquing them and then ask, because what if they didn't want one? It's like, what was wrong with giving a critique? And then even the person
why
was like,
ask if you knew that you should have asked?
Yeah, and it's like,
why you, bro? Shut up.
Yeah, and they were being all weird about it, and then the person was like, "Please no, like I'm actually literally feeling super sensitive right now, so maybe later."
Yeah,
I'll be open to it. But and then they're like, "Oh well, okay." Like they do that to everyone.
So toxic.
And it's like, bro. Yeah, someone mentioned to me once that they kind of didn't feel like posting art in the server anymore because every time they did, that person would just be like, "This is what you could do."
The mod should have had a talk with that person about that and set up a rule that you can't just start critiquing people without them explicitly stating beforehand, because not everyone views that positively, and especially people like that I notice always respond so negatively to critique, or they have something to say. Like when they get critiqued, they have something to say about it that's like really negative.
Yeah, but they're ready for everyone else, and it's like, ma'am, like chill. And
or it's like trying to explain why the critiquer is wrong, but it's like, just take it and try to see if you can improve. Because even if they're wrong, they picked up on something that seems like off in your drawing, so just try to improve it. You fighting them doesn't prove anything. It doesn't prove that you're a good drawer.
Non-good drawer.
Honestly, the thing that you pay for when you go to art school is critique. Critique is how you get better. Like, if you go to art school, critique is just part of every class. Every class we had to critique each other, and that's how I learned some of the most valuable things about my art. Like, dead ass. So, like, I don't really see the need to force that on people when you aren't in a situation or a community where that is explicitly stated, like, yes, this is what we're doing. Like, I don't know. They're normally not ready for the critic themselves. They're on the defense mode when their critic gets. Yeah, I know. It's like every time they turn around and they're like, well, actually, I could say something about this piece. It's like, you're so petty. It's like, okay, relax.
They were so
breathe your own farts, more like it.
They were so ready to be like, just ready to bite when other people were like, "Hey, well, could I?" Like, it was just so weird. And then, like, as I said, another artist was like, I kind of been feeling, because they just not started, but they started digital art recently. So then,
so Yeah.
That person be like, maybe you should have. It's like, could you leave them alone? You're not even being constructive. You're just telling them what sucks.
Here.
Don't wait for me.
Okay, anyway, I'm gonna let me finish this video because I want to know what happened to this lovely family.
My final message: be cringe and be free.
Be cringe and be free. If your art isn't that good, well, people still like it and you're expressing yourself, so who cares? Who cares? It's the internet. If they don't like your art, they can look somewhere else.
Exactly. Go to another aisle.
12 for trespassing. The yard from which this dispute stemmed was in no way Susan's. Susan only rented out the building and had no rights over this grass field. Even the landlord was forced to step in an attempt to end these conflicts.
Yeah. It's also a little sensationalist.
I don't like when they put screamers.
He'll even come outside and play football with the kids or play games with the kids, and he says it's fine.
This audio is terrible.
But Susan found this unacceptable. The field was either
Yeah,
hers
hobbies
or
don't
no
have to
one
be
else's,
good, just
and she had
fun.
already made preparations to act if things went south. Prior to this interaction, Susan had begun fearing for her life. She purchased a Remington RM380 as allegedly the children were threatening to kill her, and soon enough, she'd get her chance to use it. On June 2nd, 2023, two of Ajike's children, aged 10 and 12, were once again playing in the same grass field. At 8:54 p.m., a 911 dispatcher received a call from Susan reporting this trespassing. Deputies from the Marion County Sheriff's Office were now mobilized and the call lasted 5 minutes, ending at 8:59 p.m. Either before or during this call, Susan threw a set of rollerblades at the children which hit one of them on the toe, all the while calling them racial slurs.
Wow.
When the kids notified Ajike about this, she immediately ran over to Susan's house and began banging on her door, presumably seconds after the initial 911 call ended. Amidst the yelling and banging is when Susan retrieved her RM380 from a trash bin in the corner of her house, aimed the gun at the door just high enough to make sure it would miss any vital spots, and at 9:01 p.m., a single gunshot echoed throughout the neighborhood. Approximately 9:08 p.m., deputies arrived at the scene and discovered the victim with a gun wound on her chest. Only 30 minutes later, at 9:34 p.m., Ajike was pronounced dead, and Susan was placed into custody.
Okay, I understand.
Come over here.
Oh, wait, please don't lose the door. I have two cats inside.
Hold
I
on.
don't want the cats.
I have two cats inside. I don't
While
want the
Susan was
cats to
arrested,
get out.
One major issue remained.
Bruh,
She
she had
could
two
get away
kids.
scot-free with everything because of Florida's Stand Your Ground law. Florida's Stand Your Ground law
She got
states that
away
a
with
person
it?
is justified in using or threatening to use force, except deadly force, against another when and to the extent that the person reasonably believes that such conduct is necessary to defend himself or herself or another against the other's imminent use of unlawful force. Susan was a master manipulator and knew about this law all too well. Now, it was up to the detectives to make her reveal her true intentions and prevent her from hiding behind a law meant
Okay,
for
she still went to
not
jail.
for murder.
So nothing.
While sitting in jail, she realizes how peaceful she had it at home with kids playing outside. Oh my god, if she got away with that, I would actually go on the street and riot. I would riot.
That you didn't remember at the time, or you just, like I said, there was a lot going on that you maybe didn't think to
I don't know
say.
what to tell you because I thought I told you everything.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So.
All right.
Some of the things, like I said, we were just trying to clarify because we were in the room together for a while talking, and we went over a lot of different things. So one of the things I wanted to clarify with you is and try to understand better is when Ajiko was at the door, when she approached the door, when was it that you realized that it was her coming to the door?
Because I said, who's there?
Okay. How did you know someone was there initially? Was it because...
It was a huge banging.
Okay.
They were just pounding at that door.
Okay. So initially, there was no words, it was just the pounding. Yeah. That's what started the interaction there?
Yes.
And where was the pounding at initially?
Where was the pounding at? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Okay. How many times
brother. My fault, Coach.
Was it just like one or
No,
was it several?
it was just bang, bang, bang,
Okay.
bang.
All right. And then you said you asked her who's there.
Hi, Kitty Dorn _0.
disagree. I think she said,
Hello.
why do you speak to my children this way? And I said, listen, I'm not going to speak to you. Go away. You know, if she had a problem,
Damn.
she told you guys. You know, honestly. I mean, if she really thought there was something seriously wrong, I don't understand why she just came over and just started pounding on my door and, you know, screaming and yelling. So.
And then what happened
Okay.
after you said to go away?
To go away, and then it got quiet for a bit.
Go away.
And then she started really banging, you know, just pounding on that door. She was relentless.
How long is a bit, would you say?
I don't know,
Like
because
5-10 seconds or 2 minutes? Or?
It was an extended period of time, probably 20 to 30 seconds, easily.
Whoa.
During that time, you didn't
Thank
hear anything
you.
else? Did you think she went away?
No, well, I obviously knew she didn't go away because she was screaming while she was pounding.
Describe that. When you say screaming, describe what does that mean?
She was just, you're not supposed to speak to my children this way. Why did you, you know? And then she was saying, I'm going to kill you.
This is in fact a lie.
So all I heard was knocking and then a
What is
gunshot.
that?
That's it. No fighting, none of that.
But you didn't actually see anything?
No, sir.
No? Okay.
From this testimony and several others that were not recorded, it was crystal clear Ajike had made no death threats and said nothing which implied that she would kill Susan. This pattern of half-truths is something we'd see throughout this entire interrogation. In reality, they are all a part of Susan's sickening plan to save herself. However, we'd only find out what exactly that plan is as detectives continue to speak to her.
Oh shit.
You know, and that's
What was that plan?
Well, you said there was like the initial barrage of the pounding, and you said, who's there? And she said, you know, what you said about not talking to her children that way.
Yeah.
And then you said it got quiet. So there was no banging, there was no words being said.
Because I thought she went away.
That's what I was asking, basically. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, it's okay. I thought, all right, you know, she's just going to do whatever she wants to do.
And you said that was like 20 to 30 seconds?
Yeah.
And then did she start yelling again first, or was there more banging?
It was banging, it was yelling. I thought she was just going to break down the door.
Okay.
So, I mean, my heart was pounding, and I was like, she's really...
My heart was pounding.
That's all I felt.
When she first came up and where were you when she started the beating?
I was
the
in the
very first
bathroom.
time. You were in the bathroom when she started beating. And did you come to the door?
Well, I was approaching the door, and then she started screaming, and I knew who it was.
Okay.
So that's it. I'm not
Okay.
Okay.
And because I figured if she came in, she would just absolutely, you know, pound me into the ground.
She would pound me into the ground.
When it became silent, after that first.
Thought she was gonna beat me up.
Door, where were you at? Then? Did you go?
She was a black person.
Honestly.
Okay.
You know, because I didn't know who was at the door, and I wanted to know, and then I was like,
okay.
You know, so I went back and washed my hands.
Okay. So that's during the time
People
where
like that are
quiet,
disgusting.
you thought that maybe she went away. Okay. And when the banging and the yelling started
Ooh,
again.
what if I had like a window like this
where
in
were
the
you at
clubs?
I think I was in the kitchen.
Like a little this window.
All right, and then what happened?
And then she just kept banging and yelling. I'm like, you need to leave.
Ventilation.
It's extra ventilation.
Get out of here. You know, I'm not talking to you. Leave.
What fandom are you in? Oh, I'm in so many fandoms.
You don't know?
South Park.
Where were the other
Sonic.
kids? I know the kids had been over there.
Genshin.
Prior to her coming over?
Yeah,
Or?
they were right
Undersnail.
You know, with the fences. And
Let me
then there's the
think.
sidewalk.
What other fandoms? I'm in so many. Let me check. Bob Psycho.
MLP.
My Little Pony. Homestuck. Yeah, Homestuck.
Does D&D count as a fan?
Not really. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I mean, there are D&D artists who explicitly draw D&D races. It's a lifestyle, more like. Let me think. What other ones? Steven Universe, the big one. Hi. Hello.
Hi.
We're watching this Karen get justice.
Yes.
I'm in a lot of fandoms. A lot of
While
them.
we draw. Owl House.
Owl House,
Oh,
yes. Owl
Did
House.
you watch that? Oh.
We haven't watched
You
it
gotta finish that
together,
one.
but I haven't finished it. I know what happens at the end, though. And I love Owl House. I have
love
lots of
Owl
love.
too.
Gravity Balls, the new book of Bill just came out.
Gravity Balls.
Gravity Balls. Into the Price of Flesh and Boyfriend to Death fandom. It's a gore game that's popular. Is it like a gore game specifically, like a porn gore game? Or is it like a gore game of like, it's like a horror gore? I'm curious. Okay, this actually could be line art. I'm thinking about it. The hands, no, the hands are bigger than the face. It's not appropriate. I just, ooh, it's a little better. No, it's too small. Okay. That's better. Yeah, that's more appropriate. The hands look more to size. Okay. Yeah. On a true crime bender as well, Kofu. Yes. You know it. I love true crime.
As you should. Ow!
Ow! I'm not going to say too much because I don't want no one here to get uncomfortable over here. All I'm going to say it's 18 plus. Well, shit. Live your life, my dude. That's what you're into. I don't judge. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to color it soon.
Color.
It needs color. So once I'm done... I'm done this part. Oh, that's why.
I'm drawing brioche.
Brioche. Your OC brioche. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Not me.
I'm just trying to get all the family done so like I can just give you the tokens and forget about it. And then you jump scare me later on.
Yeah. The Yiddy monster. The Yiddy monster. Whoa. But yeah, I don't judge like things like that if that's what you're into. I don't really care. It's just life. People are into things. Yeah. Live your life.
We are not here to judge. Be who you are for your pride.
To your pride, be who you are.
Beyond that sidewalk. Inside where it's...
Alright, I think this is actually ready.
Okay, so they were outside of the fence.
Shit,
while she was
liner.
banging on the door.
I have no idea.
Oh, you're not
I
sure?
mean, not liner. To
You were
paint.
asking me when the kids were there earlier.
Right.
So, and the kids finally, I went inside. I figured they left.
Not like
So you
that.
didn't know who else was out there at that time.
I gotta make a wish. My
So you went
eyelash
to the
came
kitchen,
off.
and she was still pounding
Make
on the
a
door
wish.
and yelling. And
Reading
I know we've kind of
Rainbow.
gone over this a lot, but I want to make sure. Now we're getting more like in order of things.
Reading
The first time we talked, it was
Rainbow.
kind of just like it all came out all at once. And now
Yiddy
that we've had a
monster.
little bit of time to kind
The
of
Yeti
think about
monster.
things that happened again, and try to get it in a good order.
This is a no
things happen,
judgment
'cause it's
zone.
very
Well, we
important
judge
to be able to say,
Kofu-sama,
okay,
the
this
foolish
happened
fool
first,
of a
this will happen
fool.
next, so that we don't get in
Oh my
boy.
god.
Okay.
So,
Did you hear that?
They're not
after
wrong.
that initial
Hear what?
silence where
He's angry that the door is closed again.
The dog?
The cat. He literally came up to my door and was like, and then I saw his paw like under the door. Like he's trying to get it.
He's trying to get in.
He literally put his paw under my freaking door like a freak.
Don't let him. Don't let him get in.
Just be loud and he's gonna headbutt me all the damn time.
Because he likes you.
I understand that, but I'm on the street.
What? What were you going to say?
But I'm on stream. He's very particular. He doesn't want me when I want him.
Oh, that's true.
As cats do.
Trying to save
Earn
you
it.
from being trapped. Yeah, you're trapped in there. He's trapped. You're trapped. He's not the
Yeah,
one that's
I'm-
trapped. You're trapped. Wait.
He literally went. He literally went. Arr, arr, right by my He's like howling at me.
Oh wait, yeah, this is probably not the best to lay flats down. How
I
about
can't let
this?
him in. He's
Bill?
gonna headbutt me.
Awesome. Perfect.
And I'm drawing too. I'm trying to draw.
Let the midi in. Let them in.
I cannot.
Let them in. Let me in. Let me in.
He used to be outside. I mean, my door is gonna be open when I'm not here, so he can. Hopefully, they don't let him just walk in and poop on my freaking carpet.
It probably will.
Oh, that'll be their problem because it's gonna stink and I'm gonna not be here.
Let him headbutt you. You're fucking cruel. Bill.
This cat is the bane of my existence. At times, specifically. Bro, he jump scared me the other day when I went to the fridge. Because if you're in the fridge and he hears plastic, he's like, food?
Plastic? Food? Kofu was a blonde wreck. Yes, actually. Let me show you.
Oh my god.
Let me show
Kofu's
you.
a blonde? For real?
No. It's like these. These little creatures. See how cute he is?
He's very girly pop.
So girly pop.
I really should revive. Oh
now
my god,
this
my
isn't
voice.
blonde. This is just fucking what's the word? Ginger? Not ginger.
Albino.
Albino. There you go. That's just albino.
That was Kofu that you saw.
Yeah. Been staring at my Twitter search X drawing post for like 6 minutes at a drawing of a cat made character. What have I done?
You've done the Lord's work.
You've done the Lord's work.
I should draw my kick, bro. No, that's too much power.
Too much power. Not enough space.
There's some times where I look at my OCs and I want to draw them in certain things, but I need to refrain from evil.
I like evil. I like evil. Yeah.
I like drawing my himbos.
I like drawing my himbles and my himbos.
What did Rosie said something earlier about how Rebel dresses like when the judge sees him and he's just dressed like he just sees this.
He's like a whore. He's dressed like a whore. You can say
like BDSM. No, I'm trying to remember specifically what she said. Some
S&M wear.
Yeah, like BDSM tiefling cat thing.
Oh god.
That's what she said. He goes into the court of law looking like a whore.
You commissioned Dory me on Insta for a Hex Maniac bust up based and Poby pilled? Based and Poby pilled? We love Hex Maniac here.
I need to get someone to draw a Rebel and all his hoary. Haha, get it? Because sorry. My fault.
Shut up! Isaac, shut the hell up! Damn! My fault, coach. My fault.
My fault, coach.
Wait, what's advanced fill? Whoa.
I think it...
I didn't know. What? They have all these options?
Anytime I hear I didn't know, I immediately, like, do the freaking, like, audio tick of, like, Clone High. Where she's like, I didn't know you didn't have a mom.
What? Bruh.
I didn't know. I don't know why. Every time I hear I didn't know, that's immediately what I think of.
I didn't know you didn't have a mom.
I didn't know.
They fill it in advance. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Shed.
You saved me. Why? Monkey.
Monkey.
I think his eyes are too big.
Monkey. Your eyes are too big.
What the hell?
What?
No,
why didn't it? It only erased one side of the gloves. Okay, whatever.
I'm gonna look at you in the 0.5 lens when I meet you next week. That's what you're gonna see.
It's not the first time that you've met me.
No, but in the anime thing, you know when they made the forehead the biggest.
The Kubrick stare.
I'm gonna do that to you.
That's the fucking Kubrick stare. It depicts an unhingement.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do you next week.
Oh.
You're gonna pick me up from the airport, and that's what I'm gonna do to you.
Honestly, I don't even think I should pick you up from the airport anymore. I think I should just let you.
I know where it is. I'll make my way.
Okay. Okay, head. Forehead.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I'll find you.
I'll find you. And I'll kill you.
I love Surge.
Don't love Surge at me. Don't you dare love Surge at me. If you do, I will kill you.
There's so much love in my heart.
I don't have any love for you.
And that's a lie.
Well, I wouldn't say silence, but it got
Turns on the video and ignores
You were
you.
washing your hands in the bathroom.
Because you know it's not true.
I know it's true.
To the kitchen. What were you doing in the
Pookie.
kitchen? Just
I was looking for my
Pookie.
phone.
Okay.
So I put my phone down somewhere and I started panicking and I started searching for the phone. And then she just kept banging and banging and banging. I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you, you know, get out of here, you know. And I'm like, I have nowhere to go. I mean, I was in the kitchen.
Kofusama, no lying on stream.
The slider's always locked. And just that one door, so there's no escape.
Shady isn't my soulmate or
I
anything.
was like, Jesus Christ, and she was
Baka.
pounding so hard. And
What
she
the
was just
hell?
banging and banging, screaming at me, telling me
This woman is a liar, bro. Jeez.
That's all I kept thinking. She's
Just slipping off her tongue. It's an art form, bro.
When did you find your phone?
This woman's a liar. This woman's a
After
liar.
I shot her. I just started
He
searching
doesn't
the house
see ya.
frantically until I found it, and I wanted to make sure that I called and said, you know, I shot, because I heard her go, ugh. You know,
Where was your phone?
Where was your
it was in my computer room.
In the computer.
In the computer room.
Oh, look, find the computer room.
Find the computer room.
So
Only real Sonic heads know that
let
one.
me just understand this a little better because I'm not really sure. So the woman that got shot, what is her name?
AJ.
AJ. Right, it's AJ.
Yeah,
Okay, and how long have you known her?
AJ.
I really didn't know
AJ.
her. I just, you know, she was a neighbor across the street.
Okay, so
I
how
don't
long
really
has she
know
been a neighbor
her.
across the street
She's
from you? I understand that.
neighbor across the street.
Okay,
Erm.
year and a half and 2 years. And in that year and a half and 2
Hello,
years,
Rosie
how
Posey
many times have you guys
0802.
been able to talk?
We never talked. It's more like screaming.
No, okay, all right. So maybe better. How many times have you guys been able to communicate in that year and a half or 2 years?
Yapology.
She
No.
does
And in those 2 or
though.
3 times over
This
a year and a
woman
half and
does
2 years,
though.
well,
I
what are you
don't
guys
have a
screaming about? What are you guys
PhD in
communicating about?
No, not you, the
yapology.
woman.
And look at
Oh.
The freaking yeah.
Oh, thank God. I thought you guys were accusing me.
No, she's just like lying. It's just like second nature for her. Just bam, 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 bam.
So,
Yapping.
okay, so you guys would have a disagreement regarding that, some screaming regarding the dog pooping where it shouldn't. What else would you
Thank
guys
you.
communicate about in that 2 or 3 times?
I'm making a model
One
sheet
time, she was talking to the neighbors and she said, oh, that bitch over there is
for my
crazy.
character,
And I went, no,
Becky.
I'm not gonna, you know,
You can
sorry.
see her right there
I
in the
said,
bottom
"What's your
left.
problem?" And she just went on a tirade. I have never heard someone scream like this woman. I was like, Jesus
Wow,
Christ.
she just went on a tirade,
And then
huh?
she exploded.
Right.
Oh,
She just
shit.
exploded.
Uh,
How long ago was that?
2 or 3 months ago. And then she was saying I called her kids all kinds of names, and I'm like, no, I didn't. And the more I said no, the more
Right.
she got. Finally, I'm like, you know what? Let me just back off, say yes, I'll apologize, and
Wow.
scurry away.
What kind of things would she say
Scurry away.
to her kids?
You should have.
I called them racial slurs, and that's never happened.
You just said I call them racial slurs. That's never happened. Bro, you just lied. You liar. That's a damn lie. No, that's a damn freaking lie. That's a big fat lie.
The incident that
Look at
Susan
my
is
head,
referring
bro.
to happened on April
SMH
17th,
my
2
head.
months prior to the shooting, where Marion deputies were called because Ajike's children were playing in a parking lot.
They need to be trespassed the hell out of here.
So what I'm looking at, where they're at,
Okay.
you can't trespass anybody from that location. The issue is that
He's trespassing.
you can't over to come ask us a question.
Regardless of what Susan says, the man is not trespassing and can approach him.
Because we were all playing here. You know, kids, everything jumps. So, all right, let's go. And she's like, hey, you know what? One day you guys are gonna die. And I'm like, and that's when I like, whoa.
Whoa. Y'all need to record her when she's saying this shit.
I'm getting too much feedback. I can't hear my.
Wow.
It's a dog. You can't stop the dog from barking.
She just went stupid. She just went crazy. Goes crazy. Oh, yeah, goes stupid.
Yeah. That's kind of that's.
Oh, well, you have a new one. Apparently, we can't stay in here and have
That
a
will
conversation.
fill correctly.
This conversation would provide invaluable insight into Susan's narcissistic tendencies, where she manipulates information after becoming hyper-aggressive in an attempt to make her seem innocent.
Right.
We spoke to everyone in the neighborhood separately.
Oh.
Was there other times when you got frustrated or something with these kids and you said something else that we're not talking about? I mean, have you said other words to them or
Get
something
her.
about middle fingers or something? Tell me about that.
It wasn't at the kids, it was at the gentleman.
Whoa.
Who's the gentleman?
It's just a reference because I want to make more art for my YouTube channel. Just in preparation of videos to come. Yeah. I'm not even telling you like the projects that I have that I really want to do because it's so funny. And I kind of, there's like this one, well no, I can say this one. There's this one guy who messaged me on ArtStation and tried to scam me, and that's all I'm gonna say. Shady, you know what it is. Shady was there for this. So Shady knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Do not preach to me the gospel. I was there when it was written.
Do not preach to me the gospel. I was there when it was written. It's good. Honestly, I might a little bit. I might. I mean, I know you guys didn't say this to me, but I'm a professional yapologer. I do have a PhD in yapology. This Karen thinks she does, but I actually do. What are these toes, bro? What are those?
The beans.
What are those?
The dogs are out, in fact.
When the dogs are out. Okay, and then... Ooh, what if I did hatching, like, right? No, it doesn't work. What's this? Oh, yeah, that. Okay.
His name's Sapito.
So, okay.
So he's a guy, he gets all the kids
For the
together,
balloons.
so they're screaming and
For the
yelling and they're
balloons.
doing all this crazy
That's what
stuff.
paws are.
And I'm like, stop already. And I asked
Yeah.
him to stop.
Yeah, it's covered. You'll get that soon, trust me.
Take your time.
I have more free
What is the
time.
crazy stuff that Sapito
Way
has these
more
kids
free
doing? Tell me
time.
about that.
He used to ride a four-wheeler.
Uh-huh.
And he would come around the house.
I use
Go around the house, and I'm like, "What the hell
OBS.
are you doing?" And he
I use OBS, PNG Tuber, and I also use Stream Elements, which it's not really, I don't really use it. It's just kind of there. And I'm right now I'm using a Huion. I'll show you what that looks like. Huion, Canvas 13. And I'm looking to get a bigger model of this once I start, like, steady working again.
I need to get a standalone again because as much as I like drawing on my iPad, I do miss drawing on my computer.
Drawing on the computer is so just awesome. Yeah, this is the one that I have. This is like the 2.5K one that I really want. But the screen is so small. I'm looking to get a bigger one. Alright. Back to the video.
You have the kids on the back, no helmets, no nothing. And I'm like, stop already. The one time I went out there, he almost...
Honestly, I would love to be a full-time streamer.
Jesus Christ, really?
I really would.
I just can't deal with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it. We could schedule a stream together. Play some Minecraft. I mean, I will still have my own schedule.
You were kind
But
of giving him the middle finger then? Is that what I was
Yeah.
understanding?
I may have given him the middle finger because they're just out there and I took a picture and he's like, oh, go take more pictures. I'm like, you know, because...
What is that?
What other kind of crazy things is he having these kids do? Is it?
Yeah, getting a tablet is a game changer.
Exercise and scream and yell.
If you can't get one, just get an iPad and an Apple Pencil, though. It's very similar experiences. Collab with Nanners, I would love that. I grew up watching Nanners, so I would actually love that.
Is he the father of one of those kids that live? I'm not sure.
Some tablets are pretty nice too. The more recent ones have been really good pressure sensitivity wise, but iPad are really good in terms. Like they've made a lot of strides in terms of the art stuff.
Why is it?
Wasn't it?
Tell me about that.
Was that done that used a Wacom
So, and I asked
digitizer, or
him, I
was
said,
it
"People,
Samsung?
please,
One of the
these
two of them
kids
used
screaming
it
like this is
for like pressure
triggering me. I don't want to
sensitivity.
hear this, you know?" And he's like, "Ah, you're full of shit, you're a liar."
What uses Wacom? It's the Note that uses the Wacom.
Okay, well, it's Samsung then.
Yeah, Samsung uses the Wacom shit. I need to
Yeah,
find
the
the wires
digitizers.
and pen for my tablet. Yeah, bro. Find it. Nice. You have a YouTube channel, which is this account. Based. And awesome pilled.
This, you're that. I'm like, really?
Have you ever been a victim of
Other.
anything like
what
robbery?
He got
or
triggered
anything
by the
like that
children
before?
having fun.
The area scaling.
Okay. Were you like robbed like at a store, a gas
Imagine,
station, or
imagine
describe
getting
that?
triggered by kids having
there's some of the
fun,
tools
bro.
in the back of
Did I
my
catch y'all having
car
fun?
Did I catch y'all having fun?
And we stopped at a stop sign. It was my
Oh,
cell phone to
please have mercy. My baby.
And they entered the car and just took everything.
Who's they? Who did that to you?
I can't remember. It was a bunch of guys.
Bro, it just...
Okay.
No, whatever. I'll just fill it in
Did you ever get
manually.
them reported and they were
We reported it, but they never.
Okay. Did those guys ever harass you ever again or anything like
No,
that?
because it wasn't where I lived.
I was gonna get a low
Have you ever
taper
been
fade.
a victim of violence in
No, shut up.
He said he went to the barber. That's what he went
Anyone's
to
ever
go
broken into your
do.
house before in
Oh.
New Jersey or in Michigan or in Florida or anything like that?
Well, no, I don't know if that's the hairstyle. I'm just saying.
Oh,
It would be funny.
From there.
Where's that? Is that in New
It'd be
Jersey?
funny if he came back with a low
And
taper
when you
fade.
said
I'm
they
just
broke into,
saying.
describe that to me. What happened?
At a JOS. JCS had made a video about a kid who went to my school on their Ewu channel. Explain? Explain? I want to know. What is this? Give me. I'm nosy. Hello.
He had a dirt bike and everything.
I'm nosy.
They sold his dirt bike and they sold some other stuff.
And were you home when that happened?
I believe so.
Due to the nature of the events described here, Susan is highly likely to have developed an intolerance to loud noises, which would explain her outbursts of anger whenever the children approached her home. This could
Does she
be
have
something related
misophonia?
to misophonia, a disorder which is not yet officially recognized.
I'm psychic. I'm psychic.
But
I'm
can
psychic,
result in
guys.
violent and
I
non-violent
just-
outbursts
in
due
my
to trauma
brain.
like the one we see with Susan. We would only find out the extent to which this trauma affected her at a later stage of the investigation. For now, officers are far more interested in the details of the shooting and begin to probe deeper into her story.
And describe to me, AJ.
I saw that video. You went to school with those people? They were like, the girl was like just ratted on everyone. One of them was like, I'm too cool for this. I'm really like awesome and edgy. Yeah, I'm gonna release my bipolar and you won't like me. And he thought that he was the hottest shit. And then like, bro. Oh my god, you went to school with those people? I'm sorry, but... No, I won't laugh at you. I'm sorry. I won't laugh. I'm not laughing.
What did the thing? What did Charlie said? You was born that way. You went to school like that.
You went to school like that. You were just born that way.
You born that way.
You knew her since elementary school? She was a grade younger than us? Oh my god. No, shut up. Shut up. Bro. That's cringe. Brown. Well, hold on. I'll show you my favorite colors. Not that one. This one. Nice warm brown.
I gotta turn on my overhead light.
Like this nice bright white. And then, oh, I really like this shade. Like this. I mean, that doesn't really fit in this color palette at all, but these are my favorite colors. What? I've been drawing two tails.
What?
I've been making two tails.
Two tails in hand.
Two tails in hand. She was one of the girls I hung out with. Kind of took her under my wing so she'd sit at our lunch table once in a blue moon. That makes sense. She struck me as... Huh. Very interesting. She struck me as a very interesting person. Like, because she seemed to fake being meek a lot. But if you're saying she took you, like, you took her under your wing, I'm wondering how meek is she genuinely? Like, that's how she struck me. She was like, I'm a girl, I'm meek and yeah, oh, your friend did, okay. But even still, that's like interesting, you know? It's like, just one of those things. Oh, bro, wasn't doing it on the fucking other side. Come on, buddy. That's interesting, though. That's extremely interesting. I mean, the thing that happened at my school is that a girl had a miscarriage in the lunch bathroom. And it was taped off.
God.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty strange.
The guy got stabbed and he just proceeded to go back to our class because he was in my class. I know it was shock, but still. And he kind of just sat down in his usual spot. And the teacher was like, "Sir, you're wanted at the principal's office." He's like, "Oh, okay." And just got back up.
She was always very meek from what I noticed. I think Arthur was the only boy that gave her a romantic attention, not to mention he was older.
Oh, brother.
Ooh. Cringe. Why is it only doing it on one side? Hello? Wait. Is it just this pen? I guess it's just that pen. Dog was a super senior. Ew! Ew!
Chat, kill this man.
Chat, kill this man. Chat, send a plague upon their lands.
Had these arguments with her a few times, but what I'm confused about is that we're talking about
Chat,
her,
kill this fella.
on it 3 times, and then there's the pause, and there's everything else
Kill
you just
him.
described in Detective Stiff. And you said that this was the time that she was going to
Alright,
come and
now
kill you.
mouth.
That's confusing to me because it sounds like you guys really didn't have any other times that she was going to come and kill you.
No, she was saying she's going to kill me. I mean, she was
Bruh.
verbalizing it. She was saying,
That's what she was saying, huh?
Okay.
That's how, it's not like this is the time she's going to come and kill me. I
So
mean,
I'm trying to get into your mind, and I'm trying to be brought to that moment to why you believe that. And we were talking, you were in the bathroom, then you were in the kitchen.
I had American history with him, and he would just piss the teacher off because he'd sit there and read his book with headphones on. A lot of stuff happened at my school. That's what it sounds like, fella. That's what it sounds like. My condolences.
I love bomb threats.
Yeah, but the seniors would do that so that they wouldn't have to go to school.
Yeah, that was literally it. They'd pay like the guys on the block because I live nearby the school, and they'd pay them to like call in a bomb threat.
Bro, so real.
And the teachers started getting suspicious because it stopped happening when they all graduated.
Oh my god. Then the truth came out.
I mean, I know that she's saying something, and you're inside your house, and she's on the other side of that wall and that door. Were you able to ever see her to see if she had anything in her hands?
There's no peephole or anything.
There's no peephole, thanks. Okay. Were you able to look through a window or anything to see if she had anything in her hands or anything?
No.
Okay. So you don't know if what's going on, but you can hear her voice.
Yes.
And you said that she's hitting the wall hard enough.
I think this is fine.
The door.
Mirror.
That the mirror's moving.
Yes.
And she's hitting the door.
She's hitting the door.
Okay. And there's no peephole or anything like that. You don't know who all's out there, but you can hear her voice.
Yes.
Okay. What made you shoot that spot on the door? It sounds like you had some experience with the gun, so bring me to that moment where what happened?
I grabbed the gun, I was shaking like a leaf, and the more she pounded, the more she screamed. I was like, stop, 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 go away, move away. She wouldn't move.
We had a couple of bomb threats, groomer teachers, kids ODing in the bathroom, and of course a murder. Yeah. I remember, that reminds me of when, oh my god, my sister had this friend named Anderson, and he OD'd on train tracks. I felt so bad because I had met him a few times and he was so chill. But apparently, he went to a party and someone gave him laced weed and he overdosed. So, and we don't even know who did it or what happened. But it was really sad. And then one of my friends, who, his name was William, he was a drug dealer. And he was selling on, turf that wasn't his. He was selling on Mexican cartel turf, essentially. And they were really pissed off about it. And he was we were juniors at the time. And he was like, yeah, I don't care. Bro died a year later. And I was like, whoa, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, right? It's but no, actually. Yeah, that was sad. I was like, bro's dead? And my friend was like, yeah, he's gone. He got shot. He had an attempted, someone made an attempt at his life already. They, one day he was around where we have this food kind of spot. He was in the parking lot opening his stuff up, and then a car pulled up in the parking spot next to him, and then they shot into his car. Somehow he made it out without any injuries from that. Well, no, he had few injuries, but he wasn't shot. They just got it was just glass and stuff like that. But I mean, eventually you just need to stop selling. He was like, whatever you want, I can get my hands on it. I know people. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm good. I don't really need anything, I'm chill.
Bruh.
Yeah, I was like, I'm chill. I don't really need anything, but thanks for offering. I'll keep you in mind if I need something. And he was like, all right, bet. Best decision I've ever made. Don't get affiliated in that shit. Do not get into that shit, because I do not want to be brought in. I don't have any interest in that. I mind my business. If that's what you do for a living, that's fantastic. I mind my business. Money is crazy addictive, man. I know. He was getting bread. He had bread. Bro was making loaves and loaves of bread. He just couldn't stop. Eventually you have to, though. I mean, if someone makes an attempt at your life and you somehow survive, isn't that a sign that you stop? I don't know. Of course I feel a little bad, because I feel like maybe I could have told him to not have done that, but he wouldn't have listened to me. I wasn't close to him anyway. I just kind of knew him, because my friends knew him, and they went to, he went to the same, in this area, there's a few elementary schools you go to, but eventually you all get funneled into, the same high school, and some of the people went to the same elementary school as him, and they got funneled, and we all kind of go to the same high school at the end of the day. So yeah, I don't know.
Away, finally, I'm gonna kill you, and that was the last time, and I just fired the weapon.
Okay, was there a spot you picked or something like that?
I just kind of, there was the door, I knew she was at the door, shot.
So since the last time you and I talked, I went in the house, we, did the stuff inside the house as far as photographing, looking at...
Yeah, if he almost died and he didn't want to stop, then nothing could have been that for him. Some people just make bad decisions.
The two seats with the table.
Okay.
That's where I shot from.
That's where you shot from. Okay.
Bro was barely even 20. He didn't even reach 20. He was 18.
Or further back.
18, 19 when he died. Didn't even make it past the big 2-0. Fucked up.
Two hands? Yeah. Okay. Now, you were initially in the kitchen when, you went to the restroom and then you were in the kitchen looking for your phone while she was pounding on the door. And you said that you believe it was between 2 and 5 minutes. Yeah. Was that total time before from when the first pounding started to the time that you fired the shot, 2 to 5 minutes, or do you think it was shorter time than that, or longer?
To me, it seemed like 2 to 5 minutes.
2 to 5 minutes
More,
total.
Well, by the time I shot the weapon, at least 5 minutes.
Okay. Did she ever try to open that glass sliding door, or open the door handle, or anything like that, or was it just the pounding?
I just remember her pounding and pounding.
Just the pounding. I'm sorry, every time he's saying pounding.
So you
sorry,
said,
fellas. Sorry, fellas. Every time he says
in the trash
pounding.
can in the bedroom.
My
So at
fault,
some
Coach.
point, did you go?
Yes.
So you thought about it and said, I
Oh.
might need this, or?
Made it too
Absolutely.
small.
I got terrified. I was so terrified she was going to come in and kill me.
Okay, so you left the kitchen area?
Yes.
And that's where you went to your bedroom?
Yes.
Okay. Where was the other gun at that time? Do you know?
I thought it was right there.
The Ruger?
I thought the Ruger was right there.
I mean, we found, yeah, it was, but you
Oh
used
my
the-
God,
so
that looks
you
creepy.
used the 380, right?
Yeah,
When you
no
fired the
light.
gun? Okay.
Evil.
Is there any reason why you chose
Evil
that gun
Kude.
inside the other one? They were both loaded, right?
They were both loaded. I was just the one I picked up.
Okay, did you handle the other gun at all?
I don't remember.
Don't
I honest to God don't remember.
Okay.
Right.
'Cause the reason I asked is when we went in there, the 22 was actually on top of the 380.
Perfect.
So, I'm just trying to figure out how it is that you went in there, took the 380, fired the 380, went back, and you would have put it back in there, but then the other gun was on top of it. So I'm just trying to figure out if maybe, you're just moving stuff around when
Okay.
things happened or something fell.
I like
I'm
that.
just trying to understand.
It may have fallen off the bed. I don't know. I just remember looking for my phone, and I just remember I put the gun back in. So, there's all kinds of papers in there. So
White
it kinda flip-flopped.
artifacting.
Is that an actual, do you use it for trash? Or
Oh, I
is it
gotta
support
sneeze.
papers?
Oh, great. Never mind. I guess I don't have to sneeze anymore.
Bruh.
So you said it was about, let me ask you
hate
this,
that
maybe
shit
this
so
can kind of help us get a better
I
time
swear
frame.
to God.
From the time that you called 911, these kids are on my property again, they're yelling, what happened that first 911 call? That time that you hung up with 911, how long before she showed up and she was pounding on the door? After you hung up?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay. So about 10 minutes after you disconnected and they said, hey, we have deputies on the way, 10 minutes after that is when she started pounding on your door. Okay. And you say anywhere, you believe from 2 to 5 minutes? Okay.
Why didn't you just wait for the cops if it was 10 minutes since you called?
Exactly. Why did you resort to gunfire?
And I just want to be clear,
Oh, shit.
2 to 5 minutes.
Honestly, I
from
should
the
just
first time
combine
she
these.
pounded to the time where
And if you're gonna shoot the gun, you didn't necessarily need to shoot it through the door.
Furthermore.
And how many times, I know this is, how many times do you think she was hitting your door during that time frame that you believe is about 2 to 5 minutes?
She just kept pounding it. Just kept pounding it and pounding it.
That's me in my room all day.
More than 5,
My
more
fault,
than
coach.
50?
My fault, coach. I'm sorry.
My fault, coach.
I don't know.
My fault.
I can't even speculate. I just remember her pounding and pounding and screaming. And
Oh my god. Pounding and pounding and screaming.
I really feel like I wish that they'd use different words.
And did you call 911 immediately after?
As soon as I found my phone.
Okay, how much time do you think after you fired the shot? So within a minute?
Within a minute,
And you
yes.
immediately called 911?
Yes.
Did you call anyone else before?
No.
Did you call anyone else after?
No, I don't think so because you guys were here. I mean, you guys came right away.
Okay.
So.
You couldn't have just waited, though. Mm.
Okay.
What's with the racial statements that everyone's saying that you made? I mean, have you ever used the N-word and they're using it against you? Have you said it in
This is
passing or
why you
something?
get a lawyer and you don't talk to the
But
police.
it could have been I was speaking
Never talk to the fucking police.
So you're.
We're glad she did, because now she
Is
gets
there-
to
It was
rot.
Hungarian. My mother was Polish.
Yeah.
We spoke mainly Hungarian in the household.
Okay, and is
Make a
there,
joke.
Have you ever spoke Hungarian?
Make
to
a
kids or
joke.
anything like that?
Yeah, and they looked at me and they said, "Stop
It makes it a little better.
Language."
These are also lies, as neighbors often stated that they overheard Susan yelling slurs at the children, and especially on the night of the incident, she was heard yelling racist remarks.
So we're just
Oh
trying
my
to figure out
God.
where some of these,
Bro.
we heard that she
What
said
are those
the F
kids
word,
doing
the
to
V word, that's what
you?
the kids are saying that
I
day.
definitely dropped F-bombs.
Okay, and what are you saying the F word to?
Pick your fucking shit up.
referring to stuff on the ground or something. And when we say the B word, what are you referring to that? Who are you talking to? What are you saying when you use that language?
B word.
Yeah, which I'm
B
assuming
word.
is bitch, but I don't really know.
Okay.
Have you said that word to them?
Remember.
Or is it
It
bastard?
was a B word.
Possibly bastard?
She says it so meekly. She's like,
Are those words that you've
B
used
word.
when you're outside around the kids or something like that?
If they're, I guess if they were really annoying me, I may have let one slip.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And how would they really annoy you? Like just
Screaming. They would scream.
the screaming, and that would maybe let one slip.
They usually give themselves up this
The
way
girls
because they
would-
believe they're
would
smart
do
enough to
something so
dupe the
stupid. I've never
detectives.
seen anything like
Yeah.
this before. They would go face to face
Cringe.
with one another, and so you could see
Spoiler
them
alert, they're
around
not.
Yeah.
5 feet outside my door.
Yeah, I watch JCS.
I'm like, why?
I
No,
love
see, he screams
JCS.
louder. I'm like, take it over to your house.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
So, Detective Stith has been talking to you about the timeline, okay? And some of the work we've done. Now, this is a picture that I drew. I am not an artist at all, but when I tell you some of the work we've done, we spoke to all the people over. This is your house, by the way. Okay, this
looks
is what we're gonna
bad.
ask for you. We spoke to everybody in these buildings. We spoke to them all in these buildings, and we talked to anybody that had cameras that would see different areas. These cameras, they hear things. We're able to hear audio, we're able to hear things like that. And everyone that we interviewed, I pretty much got the same, Detective Stith, I think we all got the same statement from every single person we interviewed. We lined up, well, we didn't line them up. These people were interviewed in different locations. Some of them were interviewed in different buildings, in different places. I interviewed them at different houses, and all these people provided me similar statements, okay? No one that provided these, now these people could hear her talking. Okay, because she was talking loudly. You said that you could hear it through the wall, and I can agree with that. Okay, she made a statement something to the effect of, "Why did you take my kid's iPad?" Okay, somebody heard her say that.
I never touched an iPad.
Worse.
I never saw the iPad. I don't know what this iPad is
A
about.
tablet or something like that.
Again,
Worse.
no tablet, no iPad, no electronics
Worse.
at all. It was
Sure.
never there, or at least I never saw
Worse.
it.
Okay.
So I have no idea.
Was
what
she?
the hell-
Maybe she's wrong, but was she asking you about a tablet?
I'm gonna
or accusing you of
swoosh right
something
in
with
there,
a tablet
Scoob.
or an iPad? I don't know if it's an iPad or a tablet.
Woos.
She could have. Okay, you seem
Ooh.
unsure of some of the stuff she's saying through the door. Did she say you're not really sure if she said that?
She could have said it during her rants.
Okay.
During her rants. What about your rants, sweetie?
So she's saying things. The thing is everything that we've learned so far, I have not learned of her ever saying to you that she wanted that she wanted to get into the house. It sounded more like she wanted to talk to you outside of the house.
How do you want to talk to outside the house when you're banging and screaming?
Yeah.
That's not reasonable.
One of the people
and
said that she said, "Come outside."
That's not, I'm sorry.
Come
That's
out.
not what?
It's not reasonable and prudent. I mean,
Oh.
you just don't, bang and expect someone to come out. Yeah, I think I'll come outside so
Right.
you can,
Well, I know.
seriously.
What she's learned, what I'm learning, what these people said is that she was saying to come outside. She wanted to confront you about something. She wanted you to come outside.
Come outside, how about that?
Statements and asking you to come out there and talk to her.
I honestly don't recall.
Okay, so you don't remember that, and you seem unsure about some of the statements she made about the tablet.
I don't really like that oil paint. I'm gonna go
No one
back
that
to my
we've
oil
interviewed so far
paint.
has made any statements about her saying that she wanted to kill you.
That's what I heard.
Okay. You said you were so in fear and you're shaking. Is your memory affected regarding this incident in some way?
I just remember being terrified.
That's such a smart question, because now she can't bring that up in court later.
This is the exact moment that Susan realizes she's been caught red-handed. There were no threats made, and Ajike was only an angry mother, not a crazed killer.
Does the rolling
Additionally,
raccoon
the
have a
iPad being
name?
mentioned here is one of the belongings the children left in the field after they ran off to tell their mother about what happened. Witness statements indicated
Let me
that
come
Susan
up with
picked up the
one.
iPad and refused to return it.
Her son, earlier in the
Where is he today?
He's not here.
Make sure you get killed.
You guys are free to give him a name.
I know.
He's on shift right now.
Remember, it was one of her sons, but he was there. He's like,
Is it this
make sure
one?
you get killed. I'm gonna make sure.
Yay!
Like, what the hell is going
Has
on?
this person
He's
ever showed you a
here.
weapon or anything like that?
You're free to give him a name.
I mean, the little kid said it, and then all of a sudden his mom's
He's
coming
rolling.
over and she's banging and screaming.
You can't see out there, but you've only seen her a few times. What means does she have to harm you?
through the wall.
She, like I said, she was banging so much, everything was shaking and moving.
Right.
Now that house,
Which I couldn't believe because it's a cement block house.
that was my next question. So it's a cement block house.
Yeah,
and
it's
the
shaking.
The deadbolt was activated, right?
The deadbolt was activated, right? And you just didn't have the chain lock?
I was going to say, I remember I didn't have the chain. I'm not quite sure if I had the deadbolt on or not.
Okay. I believe the last time we talked, you said you had the deadbolt, but you didn't want to get back close to the door to do the chain, is from what I recall. And you said you had the extra long deadbolt just installed, recently?
Charles did it.
Okay, Charles.
So that's what the deadbolt's activated, the door's closed, it's a block house. I'm just trying to understand what made you so in fear of this woman if you have these things between you.
When we had spoken previously on the other time when she screamed at me and I finally acquiesced, I said, whatever you want, I'm so sorry. She followed me.
Right.
Me up until I went into the house. I'm like, what the hell? I mean, she gave me the creeps.
Why,
She gave me the creeps.
What happened during that incident where she followed you? What was the conversation?
I dare not even say it, but
Okay, whatever. Yes, I'm sorry.
she
You know, I apologize.
Black woman jump scare.
Did she tell you?
Literally, that's his lady. She's like, there's a black.
I know. It's just like it's so bizarre.
Continue to follow you anyway.
When is this? 2024? Is this this year?
Mm-hmm.
By the fence that.
What's wrong with this picture? What is up with this forehead?
She finally just went away.
Okay. And how long ago was that?
Does it look weird to you?
Okay.
Hold on, let me fix this.
And was that an incident dealing with?
I think in the other drawing, there's more of an arch.
No, that was something.
Yeah.
Different? Okay. And I think
But there's not as much of an arch in the other one.
April, does that sound right?
She does have Tanuki vibes.
You had called
There's a lore reason for that, but I don't really know if I should get into that because one day I might want to make it into something.
When you had that conversation,
But
where she started
I have thought about why she does look like a Tanuki.
like by the mailboxes.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Close to her driveway. Okay.
I love her very much.
Right.
Yes,
Did
she
make any
would
threats
love
of physical
bamboo.
Violence to you then?
Yes, absolutely.
I honestly can't remember.
Prompt.
She was following you and that made you feel creepy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but
They do have
wasn't any
that.
threats of physical violence then.
It's up in their chest.
And you said,
Why would you, if the conversation is over,
That's
why
where
would
it
you still pursue
the message retracted. We saw it.
Was she still saying things? Was she still?
No,
Does
she
this-
just followed
she just
me, and I just felt like.
It's like, where'd the big nut say? And then it's like retracted. Do something.
Ret-
Oh my God.
Oh, it's on this layer.
I didn't want to tangle with her anymore.
I love it.
It is clear that whatever Susan says cannot be trusted. But why is she going so far to lie?
Yeah,
What
why
is
is
she planning
she?
to do by twisting the narrative so heavily? Fortunately, detectives know the answers to this already, and they're about to confront Susan with it.
Okay, that's a lot
Right,
better.
that's new to me. I mean, it's completely new to me. I don't know where the hell that
She
came
looked
from.
like Pearl.
So, Susan, I'm looking at this from the outside here, and this really is not adding up to me.
I was getting the
You
pearl
used the word
vibe.
reasonable and prudent earlier. That's an interesting series of words to use. That's like a series of words that
Becky,
we
her
use
name's
as law
Becky.
enforcement officers when we try to look at
And I
things.
love her, I love
And
her, I love
there's a
her.
big jump
I
here
love
that
Becky,
you're
I love
making
Becky.
logically.
I love
I
her.
can't seem to make the jump.
Name
I have a really
Becky.
hard time getting there.
It's my little avatar.
You've known this woman for 1.5 to 2 years. Your only
Oh,
communication
I
was
know
2
why
to 3
that's not
times.
erasing.
They were, the dog's pooping, and then there was another time where you called her. You said, "I'm sorry about calling your kids." names."
Sir
Followed
Raccoonton
behind you. You thought that was creepy.
Hollywag Foulworth
She's
the
never
third and a
threatened
half.
you. She's never
I
displayed
like
a
that.
firearm towards you. She starts yelling.
Let me put
on
that
your
down so
patio area,
that
banging
it's his name
hard on your
forever.
door, which your door is locked, and then
Properties.
The third.
you're scared.
The
Now you're
third.
saying that you're scared, which
It has
okay,
implications.
I can
It
get to that. I can
does.
get to that
The
point. That you're scared of
implications.
someone knocking on your door.
I wouldn't do that.
Pounding.
Especially
Someone
because of the
pounding on your door.
implications.
Right. There's someone pounding on your door. They're pounding on your door,
Hollywag
and I can't get to the point where
Foulworth the
pounding on the door
third
leads to
and
you being hurt or killed.
The name goes hard if
I
she
don't- I
wore a
can't get
suit
that
and a
point.
tailor or something like that. Yeah.
You could see that it was all repaired and
That's for the little raccoon rolling.
So I
The
never felt
rolling,
that door
right?
was secure.
Rolling, right?
You have an extended deadbolt, and you've never been in any kind of violent
We should
situation where
give
someone's
him
kicked
a
in your
little
door
hat.
or like Kool-Aid Man through your entire wall. There has not been that
Kool-Aid
situation.
Man through your entire... Did he just really say that? Wait, did he just really say that?
Sir, someone is dead?
Sir, hold on.
Kool-Aid Man through your entire wall.
I beg your pardon?
The reasonable and prudent. I'm trying to find into your shoes
What,
there,
the scallop?
and I'm having a
What
hard
the
jump
scallop?
there, because describe to me, AJ, what does she look like?
Tall black woman, heavy set.
Tall, heavy-set black woman. Oh no.
Does she have a very muscular? You've only known her for a year and a half. You only had so many communications. I mean, is she like a muscular person that's able to, like, I don't know, do extreme feats of strength? Does she weight train in her front yard? Help me understand this.
No, I don't.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm trying. I'm having a hard time with
He's
this.
not being facetious. He's just trying to understand how we got from the point of.
We're just trying to understand.
Creepy. But to get to, she's gonna get through the wall is where I can't get there. I don't understand. What if, and I was thinking about this earlier, what if the police officer had already arrived and she is loud and she's still yelling, and now the officer's standing in front of the door and he does some knocks, but she's still on that darn patio yelling, and you're shooting, you can't see, there's no peephole, there's no window, there's nothing, and then you shoot, and what if the darn officer was on the other side of the door?
Yeah, that's a good
She's still
point.
running her mouth, she's still going. But
that's a really good point.
Hopefully he would have introduced himself.
I sure hope so. I mean, and that's what some of the issues are, that I can't get there, and I don't understand entirely what was going on in your mind, and I don't see how that is entirely. Were you on alcohol or anything like? I gotta ask these questions. Were there anything in your mind that would impair yourself in your judgments?
I took Belbuca earlier in the day.
What is that?
It was for my back.
Okay, is that a narcotic? I'm not relaxed.
Oh, she's on narcotics.
Okay,
Ooh, she was on pain relievers. Ooh.
Okay, does that, like, don't use motor vehicles or something like that? What does it do to you? How does it make you feel?
It just makes me sleepy.
It's called, what is it called?
Belbuca.
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 Okay.
Does that have to do with your artery issue in your kidney?
No, I had a car wreck. So I had a fusion on my lower back. I'm sorry, fusion in my neck, and then laminectomy in my lower back.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got this thing that goes backwards. So I have some issues.
Okay.
And I have a torn rotator cuff.
Okay. And do you have issues with any kind of...
Did you hear that? She's suffering from chronic
a head injury which would
pain.
impair your memory or affect your memory or anything like that?
Does that make you racist?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Suffering from chronic pain does in fact cause racism, apparently.
Like that. And the reason that I asked that
Like,
is
bruh, like,
you have indicated that this was
confusion.
somewhere between like 5 to 10 minutes or something. Am I getting that
Why
right?
is this sloped
Okay.
a little strangely?
From the cameras
Hold on.
that we've looked at in the area here, this incident did not last for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. Now, from the people that we spoke to, there's aspects of this that I can agree about. She's talking loud. She's banging on that door. We're going to agree with that. But the actual number of knocks, you did 3 knocks, and then you said there was a pause.
I never said 3.
Well, you said bang, 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 and then she stopped, which I counted 3. Now, if there was something different, you can tell me. I was remembering earlier. You said bang, bang, bang. There was 3.
Okay,
then she stopped.
perfect.
And then she continued to, and then what happened?
Very cute.
Nothing has led me to believe as an investigator that it was like 5 to 10 minutes, okay?
Okay, maybe it just seemed like it was longer.
With this information, a reasonable conclusion can be made.
Now it's long, of
Susan
course.
knows about Florida's stand your ground laws, and there would be indications further along in the interrogation that she even researched it prior to the shooting. This would explain why there are so many inconsistencies in her alibi, and why the detective pointed out Susan's use
I think
of
I'm
the
gonna
words
go to
reasonable
break
and
soon.
prudent. If her
Just so
entire
I can
alibi
get up
is
and go to
taken
the
at face
bathroom
value,
because
then she
I'm
would most
feeling a
likely
little
get away
sore
with the
from
murder.
sitting for
But
so
these
long.
detectives have already started dismantling her lies, piece
Yeah,
by
stretch
piece.
these peats.
Okay.
Stretch everything out. You know, she kind of looks like Princess Carolyn in this picture.
Sure.
I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
She looks like Princess Carolyn.
From some of the other statements we've
No breaks.
learned,
I didn't tell your
it sounds
husband.
more like there was
Yeah,
3
we'll tell
knocks,
Bo, and
then there was
he'll be
3
back.
more, and then she was shot. It sounds like
He
this
will
was
be
very
back,
quick.
and he
It
will
sounds like
know.
This was like within a span
No
of
breaks, only stream.
less than 20
I'll
seconds is what I
time
would
it to
say.
be only 5 minutes.
Is it
I'll
possible that
get up
that
for
your
5
time is off on
minutes.
this?
get a meal, get a dinner meal,
Okay.
get a little lunch, get a little snacky poo, and I'll be right back. I promise. Only 5 minutes. Yeah, let me put on.
Iconic lunch.
Yeah. You won't.
Oh, I see.
It's fake. He's a fake fan. He's a
Bullying
fake
us when Cole's
fan.
not here. Wow. Shaking my head, honestly.
Shaking my SMH my head.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh. Shay, you're saying the new Monkey Kid season looks like a fan animation.
Yeah. Yo, I don't mind. It's sad. I'm sad.
I'm sorry.
Cause like, you know when they do the bit where people slide in or like flip around the
Yeah.
paper? That's the entire show now.
Just under 8 minutes. What? It was 5 minutes. It was 5 minutes.
That says 5.
It says
your font is weird.
It says S-Mins.
It says 5 in the chat. I think that
It
font
says
overlay
8.
thing is weird. Let me type a 5 and show you.
5.
That's 5. Look.
Why does it look like that?
I don't know.
9 minutes. Why does it look like that?
I'm gonna show an 8.
My sister's calling me. Hold on. I gotta mute. My sister's calling me.
I'm just fucked up. I don't know what to tell you, baby girl. Alright, well, you guys are stuck with me. Hi, it's your boy. Uh-oh. I don't know what to say. Shadow the Hedgehog's pretty cool. I love himbos.
My sister said I could have her chicken Alfredo. She's the best sister in the world. She said I could have her chicken Alfredo. Hi, Mario.
Hello, Mario.
Hello, Mario. Wait, what am I doing? Why am I on this layer? I should be on a completely different layer, my friend. I'm doing the hair now. Wait, this part isn't colored. I suppose if I told that to the Karen, I was like, hey Karen, this part isn't colored, she'd be like, then it's a good part of the hair, isn't it? Horrible people. Yelling racial slurs and such.
Our children, no less.
Can't you just be honest about it? Well, no, most people don't really know what misophonia is, so they don't understand, and I bet... Raccoon eating leftovers, typical. Sounds like she's just giving you food she couldn't finish. Yeah. Well, I suppose... I don't know. Should I say this on stream? She said she didn't care, who knows? So I suppose I'll just say it now. My sister actually is pregnant. Dun dun dun! So I will have a little nephew soon. Or niece. Yeah. I don't know. Let me move the mouth down.
You know, I think that I might need to wait till I get to America Land
to get pregnant.
Ink your dice. What? I don't have the proper materials to color in the dice.
Yeah. Wait, this isn't center.
The paint I'm using is just slipping right off.
Cancel?
I might need...
Get pregnant, get pregnant, get pregnant, plap, 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 plap. Get pregnant, plap, plap, plap.
I do not wish for that.
Don't worry, I'll help you.
I'm gonna put all of your dice in a jar.
Pardon?
I'm washing them. I have to wash them again because the paint is not gonna work.
I don't know if this looks correct.
It is flawed.
Get pregnant, plap, 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 plap. Get pregnant, plap, plap, plap. All right, yeah. If I was on Twitch, they'd ban me right away for saying anything like that. Oh no!
You have to learn. Yeah. All right. Let me soak these. I'll be right back.
God, I hate Twitch. But I think I should go there. Because I kind of want to expand a little more. And I love Kick, but I feel as though it's just interesting, the people that are allowed to stream on Kick. Very interesting. That looks better. Yeah, that looks more balanced. But I should probably... Twitch invaded the animals. Yeah. Kick is great, and you can keep streaming on Kick and Twitch. Like you can't, if you're streaming on Kick, you don't have to not stream on anything else, but still, no. Perfect. Yeah, that looks more balanced. Just moving that stuff around. Okay, that looks a lot more balanced. The new drawing has a fat head. Yeah, the head is pretty fat. You're not wrong. It has a really fat head. Maybe I should make the head slimmer? Honestly, I should have did this before getting to this point, but whatever. That looks better, actually. That looks a lot better. It's a hell of a lot better. Okay, let me erase that. Put some of that there, put some of that there. And I kind of want to make this like less kitty-like. You know, it looks very cat-like. I want to try to make it... Wait, is this going on both sides when I do this? No, it's just locked to one side. I don't know why some brushes have that. It's weird. I like that it looks a little deranged. Yeah, look, it looks deranged. It has a deranged look to it. Slightly insane, just on the left of insane. And how about, instead of that, I have it like this. Have it come to this point. Perfect. So then I can do this. Rocket Raccoon, yeah. You know, I actually haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy. I was supposed to watch it on vacation, but I still haven't seen it. Kind of messed up with me, kind of a little evil and insane of me. Huh. What are the artifacts in this eye? Oh! I know what the artifacts in that eye are. Then. Perfect, 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 perfect. Good, good, good. Go here. Perfect! Perfect! Let's just erase this. Oh! I drew it in the flesh color. Oh. Ooh. Nose. Ew. 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 Oh! That looks disgusting! Stop! Kofu, delete that. Delete that. Delete that. Ugh. Gross. Perfect. 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 I'm not changing anything about that.
Because to me, it felt like forever.
Okay.
So
if this is like what's being described as a 20-second, this is a brief encounter. It's a brief encounter with loud banging, with loud yelling. The statements that you're saying occurred, like I'm going to kill you and those kind of threats. No one else has heard you. No one else has heard her make those statements.
Okay.
Okay. I'm worried that some of the prior experiences you've had in your life that we've talked about today, they are traumatic experience, sexual violence against you. When you were a kid, all those people coming and trying to get you. That there's
now we're getting to this.
I'm not sure about some of the things we've talked about today regarding some of the things you're saying that you heard. Is it possible she never threatened you at all?
No, I swear to God, I thought she said, I'm going to kill you. I mean, that's why I just panicked. As soon as those words came out of her mouth, I was like, Jesus Christ, she's going to kill me.
Okay. And how did you imagine yourself being killed? Remembering that there's that block wall, that door, how was she going to be able to do that? What makes you think that she was able to do that?
She was still pounding, but
she was
come right through
sorry.
The glass wall. I mean, the glass door.
Well, we talked about pounding on the door. Did she ever pound on the glass wall? Is it a window or wall? Help me.
It's doors. It's sliders.
Glass sliding door.
Yeah.
Did she pound on that?
She may have. I don't know. Well, I kept thinking that she's going to gain entrance. She's going to kill me.
And that's why I asked you earlier if you recalled if she tried to. Was that door locked? The sliding glass door?
Yes.
Was that? So did you have like anything?
I had I think there was a wood piece in there.
In the slider?
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't recall if she tried that door?
I just remember lots of pounding.
Lots of pounding.
You know, just to me it was just an enormous amount of pounding, screaming, yelling, and you know, I felt like she was going to come through that door.
And I think
she was pounding on my wall. She wouldn't stop. It was relentless. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm horrible. I'm fucking horrible.
I mean, until I was dead. Okay. I mean, that's what I felt.
I'm horrible. I'm terrible.
She came over my house. If there was all these issues and problems, why don't you just call somebody?
Colby is too.
To me, that's what you would do.
Colby, stop.
You know, that's a normal thing to do. If something happens to me, I call
stop.
You know, like, okay, you know, the kids are being run or she's banging it.
She was relentless and pounding on my wall.
Something wicked this way comes.
I honestly, I felt she was going to kill me.
To put things into perspective, Susan had ended her call reporting the children at 8:59 p.m. The gunshot was heard at 9:01 p.m. This means she is very evidently exaggerating the time frame this occurred in an attempt to incriminate Ajike. Further evidence from the crime scene would also indicate that things occurred far differently than what Susan stated.
I'm having a really hard time making this jump here that this unarmed person on the other side of the wall is somehow gonna get into your house and kill you. I'm just really having a hard time getting there. I've been doing this job as a homicide investigator for several years, and I've seen houses that are made out of like pretty much be paper mache. Okay, doors that are so thin, like walls that balls of wood you could just push through. And this is a block house with a solid door. I've seen cases before where there is an angry spouse.
She was pounding on my wall so hard I thought she was going to kill me if she came inside.
And they're not getting in some of these doors open inwards.
Oh my God.
Your door opens. It open? It opens outward? Okay.
Stop.
So it opens inwards. Okay. So they walk on these doors and they're not even able to make entry, and they just.
When people have been on Twitter for too long, when people have been alive for too long, bro, this shit just happens.
How you. If you could go back in time, would you not do what you did? Would you take it back and I don't know, wait however long it took for the police to get there?
Oh boy.
I'm trying to understand that. Do you feel like you did something wrong here?
I did what I felt I had to. I honest to God thought she was going to kill me.
Twitter pale.
That's all I felt. I just felt that terror. I mean, it was sheer
terror. I did what I thought I had to.
I went out to the house that morning.
Thought I had to, bro.
I met you out there.
Thought I had to murder her.
I tested the door.
Sorry, I thought I just had to.
I looked at the door. We processed the door.
You have another escape route. You could have slipped through there and ran.
Yeah.
By AJ. I looked at the door frame where it had been repaired. It looked like there was a type of putty or something used where the wood frame had been separated. I examined the deadbolt lock, the
Your bullshit is
strike
basically what they're
plates
saying. Let
were
me
in
see.
there
What should
pretty
I
fast
color
and pretty
next?
securely. The bottom lock, just the
The
doorknob
skin.
lock, and even with the door closed,
You love how you
I
feel
stood
in
on
your
the
skin?
outside. There were no indentations, no dents in
Peel
the
it
door
off.
anywhere that I could see. And I pounded on the
Peel it
door
off.
pretty
Peel off
pretty
your
hard.
skin.
And that was
I'm
when
a
the door
DM. Can I
unlocked
give
completely. There
Brio
was no
cat
lock
legs
secured,
too?
and that door was very sturdy. And I'm not trying to take away the fears of being scared and everything.
Sure.
Because I think that is a
I was gonna give him cat
scary
hands.
situation to be
No
put in.
cat
But
paws.
to
They put
justify to
gloves
go
on.
from being scared
Well,
to
here's
a
the
point where
thing.
you're taking
Tabaxis
deadly
have
force,
regular
on
hands.
someone who's standing on,
No, I
on
meant
the other side
furry,
of the door,
like
and you don't
furry
even know where
hands.
you're shooting at. That's a big
Not
deal,
like
and I think
hands.
that's where Detective Pender
Like,
is.
sorry, that sounds weird. His hands have fur on
It
them.
was her standing there. I mean, I heard her voice.
Sure, but some
Oh.
people don't
Not
talk.
like
They're
big old
more quiet.
beans,
Regardless
like
of
big paws, like
that
just
fact,
cat
as I was
hands.
saying, to go from that, and
I've
I
told they
didn't
were
have
furry.
any locks, and I'm pounding on
Oh.
it. And yes, there were our forensic technicians were
I
inside
see.
looking, and yes, things were
Yeah, not like
vibrating.
big paws.
But they also stated the door didn't seem like it was going to move, and it barely
My fault,
buzzed even
coach.
when the door unlocked. So,
What?
and that's why it's important for us
What?
to go through these things to
What?
try to determine, to try to put ourselves in your position, in your mind at
Looks
that
creepy.
time as much as possible.
These eyes look so creepy now.
But
Don't worry about
that, help us try to understand that.
Honestly, I
To
kind
get
of
to
like that they look
point
that
from,
way, so I'm not bugging.
a fairly secure door, because like he said, it's true. We've
I
done
ain't
to some of these
bugging.
trailers where
Becky has
pretty
eat
much
her
push the
last
door
haw.
open,
She's going to kill me.
and
That's
it's a
not
pretty
that's not
secure
your
She's
house. Your house is
going to
pretty secure.
kill
That
me.
landlord did a good
She's
job,
in my
just
walls
keeping
right
everything
now,
secure.
banging
They're
and
almost ready.
pounding.
With this,
She's
there is
gonna
reason for
kill me
detectives
if
to
she
believe that
comes
Susan is the
inside.
one at fault beyond a shadow of a doubt.
I don't think
What is
I could
left is
take
to
it. My
either
body could
possession
physically
or
take it if
contradictory
she
statement
came
from Susan
inside
to
right
determine whether
now.
this was a
I'm gonna
premeditated
kill
murder that
you.
used the Florida standard ground
I'm
laws
gonna
as a
pound
cover-up.
you.
Okie dokie.
You go to the bathroom.
Don't say that on stream. You're gonna do what to me?
So
I stopped myself.
while we were in there going over everything, and
You're just shy. You're just shy.
he's actually
Right.
kind of been listening.
He has a
little,
crush on me.
And something that kind of when we were talking earlier.
Sorry.
You have a
had
crush
mentioned
on
doors,
me.
and I asked you to repeat it because I wanted to make sure I heard you correctly. You had mentioned
Making me blush.
terminology
Which
like
one?
reasonable and prudent.
I don't know.
In reference to
I don't know.
how AJ was acting at your
Stop.
door, while she was trespassing and everything. Where did that come from? That
I'll pound until I come inside.
TV? Okay. Like
I'm gonna kill you.
or like what?
It was just gonna kill me.
I'm gonna stop pounding until I come inside.
I have to ask you this: have you done
Both
any
of you
research
with
on,
your
like, the laws
poundings.
as far as like in
Oh,
Florida,
No.
as far as self-defense and things like that? You
No.
looked at it today.
ASMR, I pound until I
ASMR, I pound until I come inside your house.
your walls until I come inside.
Your house.
In parentheses, your house.
Just
To kill you.
they said self-defense.
Bang, 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 bang.
The ones I looked at today.
Ooh.
So much crap. Mostly emails. But I just remember saying self-defense, and there was a bunch of lawyers and stuff like that.
So
Whoa.
prior to today, even the last time that you and I spoke on very early Saturday morning, you had used some of that same kind of terminology in describing the situation that occurred at your front door. Prior to today, had you ever done any kind of research like that? And before I ask, let me just say, if we were to look through everything in your phone or your home desktop computer, is there anything kind of research on your internet history that would show that you've done research on like self-defense? Or have you ever heard of the term stand your ground?
Yes.
Have you ever done any kind of research on that?
Yes, when it was mentioned on some guy shot someone at a convenience store, and they said stand your ground now laws.
Was that like a Florida situation? Because I
Yes.
know every state
Yes.
has kind of different laws.
I think it was Florida. I think it was Florida.
Okay. And when was
Oh.
that? It was years ago?
Yeah, that was years ago.
So nothing recent recent, it would be on like your internet browser history.
I just looked it up today.
Right, but I mean, other than
You just looked it up today. I wonder why.
we're not talking about like a couple years.
At
ago.
what time, ma'am?
Within the last few months, would there be? Because your internet browser, even if you delete
She
it,
just
or
admitted
a
it.
private browser,
She just admitted to looking it up today. I think you got her on that one, buddy. What are you trying to prove? I'm very curious. Because they're planning for everything someone could say in court.
If we were just to look through that, would there show anything that you were looking up, stand your ground or self-defense laws in Florida on the internet?
I don't know. I look up tons of stuff.
Is it a possibility that you looked that up?
Is there a little bit of a
The interrogation
possibility?
we've seen until now has displayed the detectives acting rather friendly to trick Susan into believing they want the best for her. But clearly, Susan is not cracking. This is when the lead detective decides to take a much, much different approach and confront Susan for all her horrible actions.
So, Susan, we've talked enough that I've come to a conclusion here. Are you the Susan that has done research on Stand Your Ground and has planned for this to happen? Was planning for this to happen? There's a spectrum here. Is this the Susan over here?
Bye, Poby. Love you. Goodbye.
Have a good
day. Bye.
I am. I'm scared. Someone is knocking on the door.
What a lovely young man.
I'd like them to go away.
What a lovely young man.
I picked up the gun and I accidentally shot the gun. There's a Susan somewhere in the world like that. You've somehow found a spot in the middle where you're trying to explain this, but it doesn't actually make any sense. That within 2 minutes, because we know it's 2 minutes, within 2 minutes, this person came over and they were able to put down a series of statements, such as, and you said this, that they came right up to the, and they want to have a discussion.
I was supposed to take down my suitcase on Wednesday.
Their kids that day. You said that they were able to make that sentence. I want to talk to you about the kids.
Bruh.
I'm banging on the door. I want to talk to you about the kids.
I don't like getting on the
statements
letter
that.
if no one's
Interviewed other
home.
people.
That's my
It was a
issue.
very brief interaction, and then you shot them. Now, this wasn't a long...
But people are home now,
wasn't
so
a
I should get on the
casting. It
step
didn't last for 20, 30 minutes. It was 2 minutes. So,
Daddy's
you're trying to tell
home.
us that a reasonable person would shoot somebody for less than 2 minutes of making statements outside. That doesn't make any sense. So that I have to look on the scale here. Where is Susan? Did she plan this? Is she a cold-blooded killer that plans things? Was this an accident? Or was this something that got out of hand? Is it somewhere in the middle? That makes more sense. Not what Susan's telling me. Is it somewhere in the middle? Because I know that I talked to Detective Stiff. We kind of went through your first interview. And in that first interview, you had even said to the kids, you know what, go get your mom.
No, I didn't.
You said something along the lines as when they said, I'm going to go get my mom, you said, go get her.
Go get her. Which is fine. I want to talk to an adult too. I don't want to talk to a kid.
I remember saying that.
And so this
Wow.
has happened a few times during our interview also. You have these, I don't remember. There's been a couple times that you don't remember. And these are important things to remember. And you're not able to remember them. I believe that you do remember them, and that worries me. That makes me feel like you're
This
not telling us
artifact, I hate it.
because you are that you are Susan, the person that is planning. I'm just trying to figure out who's sitting in front of me here. Is it over here? I've been planning this. I picked up the gun and I was waiting for her to come over because it was very quick. It was 2 minutes. Or it was I had the gun in my hand and I made a mistake, but now I've dug my heels in and I've made these statements so far to Detective Stiff about a mistake I made, and I feel like I can't go back. I don't want to feel like you're at a point that you can't go back. We are all human, and I'm going to tell you this, 99% of the people that sit in front of me in this room, they do not tell me the truth like the entire time. But then we get to a point where I show them that everything they're saying actually doesn't make any sense. And I always tell them, I say, look, we want to go the path of least resistance. We don't want to go down the path of embarrassment or humiliation or I made a mistake. They don't want to do that, but I show them everything. And they say, you know what? And I don't hold it against them. I don't take anything personally. If you had said something before that was not true and you felt like you had to go down that path to protect yourself or whatever it is, but it's not true, this is your opportunity to tell us. And I'm not going to hold it against you. I'm not going to say Susan is a jerk or a liar or anything like that. I'm going to say what Susan's saying now makes a little bit more sense for me and Detective Stiff. And this is that opportunity. If something is different than what you originally told us, I might be able to make sense out of it because I know your history now. I know that there was things that happened to you when you were in school. I know that you have gone through hard experiences, and maybe that influenced why you said the things you said before. But I can tell you right now, what we've learned, what we've discussed all leading up to this, it doesn't make any sense. So this is your opportunity to actually tell us that something that does make sense. I'm not going to hold it against you. I'm not going to get mad.
Kill him.
But whenever AJ was coming over. What happened? Whenever
What happened?
Bring me to that moment.
Bring me to that
when you had the
moment.
gun in your hand.
You had the gun in your head.
And she was pounding on your walls.
She was pounding on your walls, begging to come inside, and you had the gun in your head. What did you do?
It was a tremendous fear.
Did you feel bad for what happened?
Oh Christ, yes.
I don't think I'm gonna get any video editing today. I'm like so hyper focused on this drawing now.
You're locked in.
I'm locked in. I have to finish it.
And I wasn't sure if you had.
Also, I kind of want the video to be a surprise because I said on stream I would make it one. I just haven't yet.
Yeah.
So I really want to get it. I want it to be a surprise. Like, haha, I didn't forget.
Remorse for what had happened. So do you feel bad?
It also was like probably one of my funniest moments.
For the children.
Christ, yes.
Christ, yes.
And I think Detective Pender is we're trying to give you the opportunity to try to explain some of these discrepancies in the story. Now, the things that don't really add up or make sense.
Good cop, bad cop, huh?
Maintaining that you were in fear for your life.
Yes.
It just doesn't make sense. And I feel like at this point,
No.
today you really haven't. And
Just like
I'm not judging
little
you.
bit right
Everybody
there.
processes things differently, so I understand that. But you haven't really seemed remorseful for today, at least, for what had happened.
Oh God. It just makes me sick. I don't know I can't take it back. It's transpired. It's in the past. I don't know what the hell to do. It's just.
Tell the truth.
Probably be shutting down again.
Okay. Do you think that's a trauma response or something? I know you said you had gone through a lot of flat affect and things like that in the past.
Boo-hoo. 3D squad.
They have to.
Conflict is horrible.
That's how she sounds.
From this point onward,
3D squelted hates black people.
She has been caught,
Karen
and officers
hates
are about
black-
to make it very clear the kind of situation she is in.
Boo-hoo! Karen hates black people.
So, looking back on it now, and do you think that she was actually going to get through that door? I mean, be honest with us, because
she was coming through the door. And as God is my witness, I thought she was going to come through that door. I'm sorry, it's just what I felt.
So, I mean, at this point, like, we've talked to you, we've talked to a lot of people and gone through the evidence. We've discussed all of this with the state attorney's office as well.
What is that other man doing, bitch? Stop rumbling up in the damn audience.
I know, the fuck?
Saturday morning and then today, I feel that there was a level of fear, but from everything I've seen, it doesn't rise to the level for you to justify shooting through a closed door and with a firearm. Okay, and I think you know that wasn't reasonable what you did.
I felt so terrified.
My crackers!
So terrified. Here she comes again. Again she's screaming, she's yelling.
Oh
she's
no! Oh no!
Let me ask you this. You said that you went on Facebook today.
I'm not making fun of the fact that they felt. It's just the way that you said it got me.
Some of the news dealing with this case.
Yes.
In this
No!
case.
My
Okay.
crackers,
What kind of stuff did you say?
I threw a child. I said all kinds of things that I never said.
You know,
Oh, jeepers,
I saw 4
creepers.
kids that no longer have a mother.
You're a
And
murderer.
You're a
For what?
sociopath.
How you were treated, but those are children nonetheless, right? And I think you know what you did was wrong. I think you know that there were already deputies on the way.
But there were times I called.
Like, it is not justifiable in any sense. If she had broken into the house,
To
sure.
me, it wasn't 2 minutes.
The reason why I sound like actually sound like the meme is because I've watched that video over and over, and also because I can make my voice really high pitched,
And the reality of things, you would just
and I just sound like a baby.
within 2 minutes, a shot was fired through that door. There was that much that transpired.
Oh
no! Why was he putting? I will never ever like ever.
Because he's a fucking. He was curious, and he's a fucking kid, and that's what kids do when they're curious.
Shot fired.
Yes, I would have done that too. I would have done that too.
There's no way to justify that.
It's just so
in
funny.
My mind, I don't think in Detective Pender's mind, and clearly in other people's minds that we've discussed this case with the state attorney, our legal counsel, and things like that. So, I mean, at this point, we've discussed it with the state, and they are on the same terms as far as charging you with a manslaughter. Okay.
Okay. I don't know what to say. I was in fear for my life. I mean, honest to God, I just feared that she was going to come through that door. I'm sorry, that's how I felt.
You keep saying that.
I can't change the way I felt.
But you could have waited.
Terror on my part. I mean, honest to God, I was shaking.
So, one of the things I want to ask, because at the point where I did let you know and I informed you, what had ultimately happened to AJ after that shooting, that she had passed away, and obviously she has 4 kids, and I was observing the interviews that were conducted with them and the emotions that they were going through, and you shared some of those same emotions at points through the conversations that we had, and I just want to, obviously I can't let you talk to them or give a message to them and face to face. But I would like, it's up to you, if you would like to write them a letter or something to kind of, whatever's on your mind.
I don't care about them slimy ass kids.
We're just going to leave a notepad and a pen in the room. Obviously, we have some paperwork to do, so we're going to have to step out to do that and obviously talk to our boss. We'll just, I offer it to everybody that we can't let them talk to, so it's just something we do.
Understood.
So if you'd like to do that.
We're going to get that paperwork going, like you said.
But that's where the state's at right now. That's where we're at. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about that in just a minute, okay? But if you'd like to write them something, that's right there, okay? All right, Susan? All right, we're going to have you go with this deputy here.
No.
No?
I'm sorry?
No.
No what?
I can't.
What's wrong? What's going on?
I just can't. I'm sorry, I can't do this.
You're just not gonna go to jail?
Bruh, if only.
Unfortunately, we're to that point where that's what's going to happen.
If the judge sends me to jail, I will simply not go. What is he gonna do? Send me to jail? I already said I'm not going. The fuck?
That's literally what this is.
To present your side of the story. Okay, so you're going to go with this deputy.
No, I'm not.
You're going to be booked
No, I'm
in.
not.
No, I'm not.
No.
And fingerprinted.
No.
They're going to take your pictures, and then you will have an arraignment in the morning.
I'm not going to, sorry.
There's a phone down there. You'll be able to call whoever you need to call, and right there.
This looks good.
I'm not going.
But Susan,
I really needed that kind of light shade.
There's no change in that now. You're under arrest. In fact, we can probably go ahead and put handcuffs on her. Let's get her.
Susan. Yeah.
Handcuffed.
Stand up.
No, don't touch me.
Susan.
Stand up, Susan.
No.
Karen! Go one of 2 ways. You can go an easy
Stand
way
up,
or
Karen.
go a really hard way.
I'm sorry.
We don't want it to go the hard way.
I'm so sorry.
Susan, put yourself in our position. There's no choice in this. You're going over there.
I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Susan, you understand.
You already you already killed somebody.
That you've given us, that by refusing and resisting, that it's making you look bad, okay? And I understand your reluctance to want to go.
I just can't do this.
Okay, well, they have medical staff over there that can assist you.
There's a nurse right in the front.
They can, you give them the
No.
prescription
I can't
medications that
do
you're
this,
taking,
no.
all of that. They will assist you in making sure that you get the care you need.
No,
but
I can't
we're
do
going
this.
over there, okay? You're
I
gonna go over there.
I just can't do this.
Okay, well.
Come on, Susan, stand up.
If
we
we
don't
have
have time to
business.
debate.
I can't do this.
Okay, but do you understand that you're under arrest and you're
I
gonna be
understand
taken to the
under
jail
arrest
one
now.
way or another, okay?
I don't care.
Susan?
I just can't do this. I'm sorry.
I don't. What you're saying and doing right now is not reasonable.
I know it's not
There's
reasonable,
been people.
but I just can't do this.
So when you say it's it's not reasonable, that doesn't make sense to me.
I understand. I just can't do this. I'm sorry.
Okay. Then this is why we're in this position here, Susan, is because the decisions you make are not reasonable. You make just like what we're experiencing right now.
I'm sorry. I just can't do this. I can't do this.
I've had people sit in this chair that have done things and they get up, they walk out on their own accord. They've done some really bad things. Okay, you're not the only person, but I need you to...
He does not like her. He's just so upfront about it. He does not like her.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, fair.
We're not going to kill anybody. We're going to take you to the jail. We'd rather you walk.
She said,
on
"I
your
don't
own.
care,
We'd rather
kill
you just
me."
walk down there. It'd be so much better for everybody if we could just walk down
Can
there.
you just stand up for me?
No.
So what do you plan on sitting here the rest of the night?
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to die of a heart attack.
Well, like
Okay,
I said, they
do
have
it then.
medical staff over there. We want to be able to get you over
The
there.
quicker we get you over there, the quicker someone
Okay,
over there
womp womp.
medical can see you.
No, I just can't do
Susan,
Do it
this
then.
is what's going to happen. We're going to put you in handcuffs, and if we have to forcefully bring you out there, that's what we have to do, because we're obligated
really don't want
to take you to the jail now, okay?
Thank you for standing up.
Sorry,
I understand that.
So, put your hands behind your back for me.
Let me save this as real Becky model.
Not clickbait. I hate that noise. I don't know why it's so amplified, but I don't like
I
it.
did not premeditate it. I didn't do anything like that. This is ridiculous.
Is it ridiculous? Is it really?
We're going to go out this way.
As of June 2024, Susan Lawrence's trial is ongoing as she is facing a manslaughter charge and could face up to 30 years in prison. However,
boy.
black communities and Ajike's family have been demanding that this be upgraded to a murder charge, as according to them, this was premeditated.
It was
The
premeditated.
family would have wanted something a little more harsh in the form of a murder 2 charge. We are disappointed by this decision. All the evidence pointed to a murder 2.
Unfortunately, state attorneys claim that there was insufficient evidence for this to be possible. Susan, on the other hand, wants this trial to be over, so she continues to urgently request a speedy trial from Circuit Judge Robert Hodges.
The reason why I was asking for a speedy trial is I'm not getting care in jail. I'm running blood pressures of 200 over 100, and I'm just
Okay.
I'm going to die because they're not caring for me at all.
The
They
audacity
had-
of her to say that she doesn't want to die in jail if her heart continues to beat. My daughter, Ajika Owens' heart will never beat. Her 4 precious babies' hearts will never beat the same. The mitigated gall, the selfish, is deplorable.
Mitigated gall!
Honestly.
He quoted the Grinch. I'm sorry. It's horrible, it's terrible. Like, literally, my eyes were watering up, and then she said that, and then I was like, oh.
Ajike's family has been unable to overcome her death even a year later because she was the focal point of dozens of individuals in her life. Even her Facebook comments would show nothing but support, love, and trust from the ones who knew her. But the ones who are affected the most are the children of the Owens family. After her death, Ajike's mother, Pamela Diaz, took the 4 children aged between 4 and 12 under her care. Pamela continues to mourn, but refuses to let her daughter's death go in vain and wishes for a better future for the black community.
How do you do it? It is simply by the grace of God. You see me in front of the cameras, but I'm simply just a voice for my daughter and my 4 grandchildren. But what you don't know is when the cameras are gone, and I'm all alone in the still of the night, and I lay in my bed praying, asking God to nurture, to help me nurture my 4 grandchildren's spiritual souls. My deepest and greatest fear is that they'll lose their faith and trust in God. that their mother so instilled in their hearts.
Pamela is not alone in her sentiments either. The entire Ocala community has been committed to commemorating Ajike, and most importantly, demanding for changes in stand your ground laws. Attorneys in this case would call the law archaic and call for its eradication. However, speculation still remains about whether or
I mean,
not
but what
Susan
if it
had
does
used this
happen
legal
to
loophole
you?
to murder an innocent woman.
Because it does happen.
But considering her
People
history
do
of
do
lies
that.
regarding
Yeah.
her racist remarks, harassment
But I
towards
think-
others, and her having absolutely no remorse about her
This
actions,
is very
it is highly likely
premeditated.
that
It was
this
very
is the case.
premeditated.
However, there has been no verbal confession from Susan herself as she continues to plead not guilty. Do you think that Susan intentionally planned this murder after she researched this law?
Yes.
She literally told them to go get their mother too, and then got the gun.
Hold on, someone's texting me.
You're good.
You don't have a bathing suit?
Oh.
What?
I don't have one for what I, you know.
Gender-wise?
Yes. No, I don't have one gender-wise. I have one that I don't wear anymore.
Do you want to
That I
go buy
refuse to
one
wear.
when we go to America?
I could, but I don't know. I feel a way.
That's true. You could wear a baggy shirt and binder.
I could in the water.
I would ask Sam. Talk to Sam about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I really want to go tubing, but That's yummy. I get why you feel that way. I kind of want to watch more true crime now.
Me too.
Right? Like, I have an itch.
If the cat scratches, wait down the mouth like I'm itching and scratching all night.
Wait, no, not that one. Okay, no. I'm trying to find a good one. What's going on? Indiana babysitter accused of pimping out 12-year-old girl to neighbors. That's evil. It's evil. When evil teens think murder is hilarious. That's the one with Poby's friends. Or not friends, but schoolmates. I'm trying to find a good one. Detectives realize the victim is actually the killer. Okay. You want to watch that one? No, put it on.
In the small
No,
house.
you can. That just is like, bro.
I'll put this one on. We'll take a look-see.
Little peep.
Little peepee poo. Can you play this one? No, it only allows you to have a mini player. You can't pop this one out. Oh, wait, can I? Oh, I found it. I found it.
I got him. You got it.
I found it.
Yeah, see the body.
Yibbles trigger.
Yibbles trigger.
Yeah.
I think they're locking your butt up, what I think. I think you've been lying to me this whole time. You did get them right. I think you're a liar.
You're dadgum right.
Definitely did.
He's mad.
You've got the freaking box. You've got the dead gun.
You got the dadgum gun.
They were suspects in a murder case. The first thing that popped in my head was that gun. And I don't know what the is going on, but I want to know.
Oh, boy.
You've got the dadgum gun.
This is Samantha Wolford, a young mother, a wife, and an aspiring YouTuber turned ruthless killer.
What?
Hey guys, I was asked to do a video 15 weird things about me.
She has arrived at the sheriff's office for routine questioning after her husband was kidnapped during an alleged home invasion.
1, I like murder. 2, I like murder. 3, I like murder. 4, I like mortar.
The abduction of a young
5, I like
and
mortar.
a futile race against the clock to find him before it was too late. Rewind approximately 6
Rewind
years.
time.
Samantha, a single mother of 10-month-old twin girls, was just 19 years old when she met 23-year-old Ernie Ibarra Jr., who was known to friends as Dagan. The two began a relationship which soon turned to marriage, and eventually the couple had 3 children together. Although they were doing their best to get by in the small town of Mount Pleasant, located in Titus County, Texas, the relationship was already starting to crumble. It was no secret that the couple had their problems. However, it ended up escalating to a point of no return, and no one had anticipated things would end in such a shockingly tragic way.
Titus County 911, what's your emergency? I have a home invasion. My niece is tied up. I am at the verge of untying my niece at this particular moment. Okay, she's tied up. She is tied up and gagged. And gagged? Is that what you said? Ma'am. Is there anybody else there? Where are the kids? We have 5 small infants asleep. 5 small infants asleep? Yes, ranging from 7 to 1. 7 to 1 years old? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Does she know, Samantha, did you know who the suspects are? Can I talk to her? Is she able to speak? Yes, ma'am. Hello? Hi, Samantha. I know you're upset, but I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Do you need EMS? No, they didn't do anything to me. They hit me once. She's advising no. They only hit her once. Okay. And I just asked my aunt if it was bruising or anything, and she said no, they hit me in the face. Okay, they hit you in the face? Yeah, they had me tied up, and they dragged me down the stairs to face my husband, and when my husband went in to face me, they hit me in the face.
Okay.
And slapped me, and so he looked at me and he said, I thought that would get your attention, and I want you to stare at this woman. Do you want us to kill her? And he said, no. And they said, then tell us the truth. And he said, I don't know anything.
When someone gives way too many details on a 911 call, this can be a warning sign that they may not be telling the truth. The purpose of a 911 call is to get help immediately. As Samantha is not currently in danger anymore, her primary focus should be on getting help finding her husband. Instead of requesting that officers be sent right away to search for him, she's telling an elaborate story about what supposedly happened. There's no sense of urgency in getting her husband found. If someone is lying on a call to emergency services, they may feel the need to offer up all these additional details because they want to support their lie. Samantha's love for acting isn't a secret after all.
I've always wanted to be an actress. I think it is
Ooh,
so much
top
fun.
10 worst age
I've
clips.
had small parts in like short films, and I've done plays. I think it is so much fun, and it is so beautiful. It is one of the most amazing forms of art ever, to be able to express yourself that way. I think it's amazing.
Members of the Titus County Sheriff's Office respond to the
That
crime
would have been
scene shortly
sweet if
after
you
2 a.m. Immediately,
You
an
know.
investigation into the violent home
Yeah.
invasion and kidnapping of Ernie Ibarra Jr. is launched. The following
Just
footage is
don't
raw body
kill
cam footage
people.
recorded by Corporal Chris Durant and Deputy Ed Godoy just
You don't
minutes
even get a
after the
divorce?
twisted crime took
Don't
place.
like the person.
Sheriff's office.
I'm
Just
upstairs.
saying.
I'm sorry, sir.
Sorry.
Okay. Here.
Are you still talking with Sheriff?
He told me that I have to stay.
She tell her you're here.
I did.
She still puts you on
She
hot
said
now?
she still has a few questions for me before I can get off.
Let me have it and I'll take care of it and you talk to them.
So, walk me through what happened.
I don't honestly know what happened. I was in bed asleep and we heard a noise, and the second I was able to open my eyes, somebody grabbed me and jerked me out of the bed and slammed me down on the ground and started tying me up and put a knife to my throat and told me don't move.
Okay. I'm sorry if my color choices aren't making sense because I'm trying to figure out some color theory things.
And I was just letting him do it.
Like I'm trying to.
And
What's your husband's name?
Ernest Ibarra.
What's your husband's name?
Okay.
The officer is conducting a typical investigatory field interview at this point. However, these statements can be admissible in legal proceedings. The body camera footage can be reviewed by investigators and inconsistencies discovered between initial contact and later interrogation.
One of them did say the name Luke, but that's it. That was all. That's only in identifying anything of God. One of them said, "Hey, Luke," and the guy turned, but that's the only identifying anything of God.
Samantha changing her voice to imitate the alleged intruder may be an attempt to dramatize the attack in
It
order
is.
to make it appear more believable.
I would be really
Although her
confused
voice is
as to why
emotional,
that,
she
that
doesn't actually
happened.
express much concern about Dagan, and instead seems focused on telling the story about everything that happened to her.
Yeah, like,
It's discovered that Dagan's
I
phone was
understand maybe
also taken by the
later
assailants.
in interrogation, maybe you could be like, they sound whatever, but
They didn't take mine. I had mine hidden, so I was able to.
So he's got his phone?
No, they have his phone.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. What's his phone number? Huh? Well, I need that number. Get that number from me.
They cut my shirt off, and then after they made me stand there naked in front of him, threatening to do things to me.
Did they stand there and drink too?
I was in the living room. When they took me to the living room, he said, "Get your shirt and get it quick, because I'm not this type of person." So I started rummaging through my closet. He said, "I said get it quick," and pushed the knife against my throat. So I just grabbed whatever shirt.
Okay.
I think that's probably what they're thinking right
I
now.
grabbed my shirt
Self-centered
and he started
victim.
cutting it and cut it down the collar, and then he said,
What's your name?
"Samantha."
Samantha
Wolford.
Wolford.
Where's that shirt at? Is it downstairs? What color is it?
It's gray sweater.
Gray sweater? Okay.
That's what I was sleeping in.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got the front door's been kicked in.
As he dictates details of the crime scene to dispatch, Samantha handles her own urgent business. She sends out a text message that reads as follows.
wait, what is that?
Hey, this is what we need
Kill
to do.
Dave's
An
phone.
emergency
Shut that shit
phone
down.
ping on.
Right.
Yeah.
Go back.
What's your name?
Samantha.
Samantha
Wolford.
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 Where's that shirt at? Is it downstairs? What color is it?
It's gray sweater.
Gray sweater? Okay.
That's what I was sleeping in.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got the front door's been kicked in.
As he dictates details of the crime scene to dispatch, Samantha handles her own urgent business. She sends out a text message that reads as follows.
Kill Dave's phone. Shut that shit down. Shut that ass down. I don't know.
Hey, this is what we need to do. I need to do an emergency phone
Emergency phone ping.
Yeah. And I've got the cell phone number.
The phone service company is immediately contacted and hopes that the position of Dagan's phone can be traced and lead law enforcement to his location before it's too late.
Was the spray paint already on the walls?
Yeah, somebody broke in over Christmas time, or over Halloween time, and did that. And he's already been out here once over this.
Okay.
They cut his hair off. I don't know why.
That's
his hair.
That's his hair?
That's his hair.
Okay.
And he said...
And you said those are the pants you
Oh
had
my
on?
god.
He said you're gonna want something of your husband, and choked a piece of his hair off and threw it
Oh,
on the floor.
You said those are his
brother.
pants that he had on?
Yeah.
Where's the sweater you had on?
I think that's it on the dining room floor. Or on the chair.
On the chair?
Gray sweater, it's got a cut all over it.
Okay.
I said I got another car
She's like,
pulling up. We can go see who this is.
Due to the fact that I was dialing with my nose.
Hey, just stay out there for just a second for me, okay?
Can I go out there?
Well, let's get this checked out real quick. Because right now this is the most important thing, you know. Let's get this all figured out.
I don't see how me writing a statement is in the crucial hours of you finding my husband.
It is because I mean,
That's all I'm hearing.
this may help you trigger something to help us, you know.
Is at 2:02 a.m. His cell phone pinged.
These fucking dogs.
From a resident in Pittsburgh.
Bruh.
If dogs could talk, bro.
Samantha does, in fact, know someone in Pittsburgh, as it just so happens. As the deputy continues to gather information from Samantha, the corporal speaks with Samantha's mother, Rosie, and Samantha's aunt, Ginger.
How you doing?
Just fine.
You're the one that found her?
Yes, she's the one that found her. I'm the one she called.
Okay. So she called you first?
She called me.
Okay.
Bound and gagged, and then she called me. We live in Winfield. Do we have any idea where her husband is?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
I'm assuming it has something to do with people that would be part of circle.
You know a
So
lot.
the thing I could possibly put together is that it had something to do with people that knew.
Samantha says that the intruders named someone she knows as the reason for the attack on her husband. For this person's privacy, as they were never proven to be involved in the case, we have redacted their name throughout. Samantha will continue to bring up this person's name throughout the investigation. Samantha sends out yet another urgent text message at 3:19 a.m. reading,
Ditch phone, move.
At this time, investigator Chris Bragg arrives at the scene and the corporal begins to bring him up to speed. Interestingly, the investigator is immediately skeptical.
If you were gonna do this, why wouldn't you do this on Telegram?
He's got a pretty volatile past, and we've arrested him before.
Why would you do this on your mobile network?
Make sure she didn't do something to him
No,
in
she's
the
not.
scene to make it look like something happened.
The investigator is developing what's called a theory of the case. This is the same theory of the case work that a prosecutor will do in order to paint a picture of the criminal activity, linking physical evidence, statements, and circumstantial evidence to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
He looked down and he had cuts on the top of his head, and they had him kneeling right here. They cut part of his hair off.
I'm sorry, I should be making fun of him.
I mean, a guy breathing.
After
I
a
found
brief
a
search of the
seed.
first floor, the corporal then guides the investigator
Found
to
a
the
little weed
staircase
seed.
that leads to the bedroom where the attack began.
So they kick the door to come up these stairs and get them before they're able to know what's going on.
Yeah, that's the only part that's getting me is how do you... They would have to either be familiar with the place to be able to
Yeah, I love that
do
song.
all that and know where
That
they
song
were
video.
asleep. And the
If that's a
babies are
song, I would love to watch it.
I listen to it every day.
Both members
Yeah.
of the sheriff's office observe that the conditions in the home are not ideal for children to
Video
live in.
killed
After
the
viewing the area where all 5
radio
children
star.
lay sleeping, though the body cam doesn't capture a clear view.
Pitiful conditions.
Yeah.
I'm not really seeing a whole lot of blood, though, for somebody that was pistol whipped.
The investigator proposes they have Samantha come upstairs to provide more specifics.
I haven't seen or anything all of that. I don't know what's going on with or what could have possibly got himself tied into caused this. But they kept saying, cause this, asking for compensation, $20,000.
Remember this. It'll be important later on in the story.
The
She really just thought she could kill her husband.
So I'm gonna go get some evidence bags.
Huh.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my camera. I'll be right back.
Are you guys trying to accuse me of something?
What?
Her story immediately falls apart here, though Samantha's reaction is typical of someone caught in a lie. However, this is why all subjects under questioning should request counsel and refuse to answer questions. Police motives are not frequently
no one
known,
has
though
said
it's common to
anything.
start with a large pool of suspects and eliminate them, rather than start with an empty pool and try to add likely suspects. This means you're immediately classified as a suspect or material witness until proven otherwise during the investigation phase.
What kind of gun is that?
The Glock.
Yeah.
Standard issued or?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Can I
Looks
see
at
it?
her.
Hmm?
Looks
Can I
away.
see it? Can you take it out?
No. Then I gotta do paperwork.
Really? I just was gonna see comparatively to the gun they had. I don't know guns, but the gun he had was
Sounds
very
like a
small,
lie.
Look it up in
or
there, on your
his
phone.
hand wasn't very small, one or the other. It fit pretty closely to his hand size.
This is a very odd request, given the circumstances. It's
You are
noteworthy that in
kids.
the midst of Samantha's chit-chat with the officer, she doesn't appear distressed that her husband is missing. It's possible that this is her attempt to be friendly and distract the officers from the situation, since she may believe at this point that police may consider her a suspect.
What them kept saying, took someone from us. The only thing I can figure is they're saying like narked on someone. Because they said something about now he's behind bars.
What time did y'all go to bed last night?
Around 11.
Just a couple hours before the invasion occurred. Next time, she'll have a different answer to the question.
How old's your babies?
The youngest.
One. You got 4? 5? They were in there squirming a minute ago. Hmm?
So what is going on?
Investigators are doing their thing.
Samantha doesn't seem overly concerned about her children, but it seems she's already growing impatient with the investigation. Little does she know, this is just the very tip of the iceberg. At 6:10 a.m., just a few short hours after the violent home invasion and abduction of Samantha Wolford's husband, Dagan, she arrives at the Titus County Sheriff's Office in northeastern Texas. It's here that the disturbing story will start to unfold.
About to curl up on the floor and go to sleep.
Samantha places a call to her mother, but displays almost no emotion during the course of the conversation. She appears very self-centered, and her behavior is quite strange for a woman whose husband is missing.
Perfect. Perfect.
What is girl doing?
I don't even know.
What is girly on?
Biscuits and gravy, no sausage and french fries.
What?
Samantha gives her mother a food order over the phone. It's surprising she has an appetite at a time like this. She lays on the floor, which is very childlike and is an unexpected behavior for an adult. Samantha consistently acts like more of a high school student rather than an adult mother of 5. Chris, the investigator, enters the room.
I'd be very confused right about now.
Still working on everything. You get your walk in. Think for me.
I feel like there's something he hasn't been telling me, but I don't know what.
What's your gut feeling tell you?
I think it's something to do with.
What do you think would be going on?
I hate, and I'm usually right, and I hate that, but he has a problem
Right, I hate
with
that.
getting involved in things that he don't need to be getting involved with.
Samantha seems to be setting up a potential motive as to why the attack and kidnapping may have occurred. She continually brings up the same person in her speculations about what may have happened.
Has he been using any drugs?
No.
What about you?
No. And I can take a test right now.
This is a convincing statement, which can be a red flag for possible deception. When someone is being truthful, they're more likely to just provide a straightforward denial. However, when someone is lying, they often feel some anxiety about whether they will be believed or not. So they may add on these types of convincing statements to support their lie.
So have you had past used any drugs?
Me? No.
Never been involved in it?
It's interesting that Samantha states she's never been a drug user. However, David Smith, a former friend of both Dagan and Samantha, alleges otherwise.
Because there was one that come out there that drove a little silver Jeep Liberty. He was supposed to be some kin to her, supposedly. But I found out later from Jeremy Roll that he was her pill dealer.
Needless to say, Samantha's credibility is becoming increasingly questionable.
You know about what time it was when you went to bed?
I looked up at the clock and it was like 12:01 and I was like, yeah, you've got to get to bed because you have to be up in 5.5 hours.
Sure.
Samantha says she and Dagan went to bed at midnight, contrary to the 11 o'clock time she gave a responding officer at the scene of the crime, as you may recall. Already, her story is beginning to change.
Oh boy.
What's your first memory of what's going on? What's happening?
Well, I took an Ambien, so it makes it a little harder for me to wake up. And I have a prescription with me if you want to see that. But when I can't sleep, it's supposed to shut your brain off so you can go to sleep, but also make it to where you can wake up fairly easy.
Samantha gives two more inconsistent statements back to back. When someone gives inconsistent statements, it can be a red flag that someone is lying. After telling one lie, there are likely additional lies that must be told to support the original lie. It can be difficult to keep track of everything they've already said, so liars may get tripped up on details and give conflicting information. It's possible that after she made the first statement about having a hard time waking up, she may have been worried about how that made her look, especially being a parent to 5 young children. She may be trying to backtrack because she wants to be viewed in a good light, so that her story about Dagan is believed.
Of course. I remember at some point it was a little after 1, I saw the clock. Maybe on my phone. So it's still pretty foggy because it's fairly early to wake up after taking a sleeping pill.
Nothing adds up, considering she'd taken a prescription sleeping pill and was woken up suddenly. She shows little emotion and talks as if she's reading from a script. Individuals who've been traumatized rarely remember details in this way. Of course, this could be explained as Samantha trying to give the investigator as much information as possible in an attempt to find her kidnapped husband. However, the fact that Samantha has repeatedly given confirmation to the investigator that he can double-check her story, such as verifying her Ambien prescription, suggests that Samantha is trying to preemptively dismiss any suspicions the investigator might have about her story.
They said, do you want us to have to kill her too? And he said, no, please don't, how are my kids? And they hit him in the mouth. Are my kids okay? And they hit him in the mouth and he said we wouldn't touch a child. And it flew out of his mouth. I don't know if it was a tooth or if it was just spit or blood. Something flew out of his mouth because they had the lights on down there. And that's when they started cutting my clothes off and making me stand in front of him naked.
This part of the story seems to be fabricated. The sweater she claimed to have been wearing had no obvious cuts.
She didn't recognize the voice or nothing about it.
I tried listening to everything. They forced him to tell me not to call the police. And he said, don't call the police. And they punched me in the mouth with the gun. And said, that's not what I said for you to tell her. He said, please tell me what to say again. Please just repeat it. So they repeated it. And I couldn't understand what they were saying because they were so close to his face and growling in his ear. He said, Sam, don't call the police. I don't care what happens. Don't call the police because they'll come back and they'll kill all the kids. Promise me. And he was screaming at me and I was like, I promise.
However, the 5 children nearby remained asleep through all of the chaos. The police, as well as Samantha's aunt, will scrutinize this assertion later.
Even her aunt. What the fuck? They even got her aunt on this.
Please don't tell me what I have to do.
Even her fucking aunt was like, that bitch is a liar.
You want to know what you have to do? Can you come up with $20,000 in the next 5 minutes? And he's kind of laughed.
Now, what did the handgun look like?
It was just black. I don't know anything about guns.
What? But didn't you ask?
Like a revolver and an automatic.
Oh, it was
Didn't she just ask about that earlier, though?
Yeah,
whatever those are.
what kind of gun is that? She's trying to determine what it was.
No, but she asked a very
You may
specific
recall that she
question
had
about.
specific questions for the corporal at the crime scene.
Yeah.
What kind of gun is that?
Hmm?
What kind of gun is that?
The Glock.
The investigator now shifts the conversation to a different aspect of routine investigation. It could very well be that this is where things start moving in an undesirable direction for Samantha.
Actually, you two weren't fussing, you weren't fighting, you didn't get out of hand, you didn't punch him, kick him, stab him, shoot him, nothing like that. I'm not going to find out anything any different later once we get there, because the deputies, they're out there right now, basically searching your house from top to bottom for every piece of physical evidence that we can find to do.
Anything that'll help them find it.
It could be a red flag that there appears to be a verbal and nonverbal disconnect here. She's shaking her head no while giving her permission for detectives to search her house. Partway through this statement, she switches to nodding her head yes, possibly realizing that she made a mistake.
I don't know.
That's why I want to make sure, because we're going to be checking your phone records, your family's phone records.
I do that a lot where I say yes and then I shake my head. That's actually an autistic thing.
Warrant. Otherwise, the search is
We both have
unconstitutional,
autism.
and the evidence they obtain will be tossed out of court.
Maybe.
However, the police can obtain certain types of records without a search
We both
warrant.
got autism,
For example,
haven't
the
we?
police could get a
Are
suspect's
we
call records from
friends
their
because
phone
we're
company.
autistic, or are we
Normally,
autistic
this
because
record
we're
will only show
friends?
the police what numbers a person called and at what time.
I need to know the truth.
Oh,
I have to absolutely know the truth.
Answer
You
the
had
question.
No possible involvement in this whatsoever.
No.
You love her?
I run away.
I wouldn't have gone back if I didn't.
What all are you willing to do to help me find him?
Whatever it takes.
But you don't know where he is?
No, I don't. I wish I did.
You're positive?
I'm positive.
You have absolutely no idea where he's at.
No, I don't.
Do you know who we can call to find where he's at?
The only one I can think is because they kept bringing him up.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, you have no
Other than that, I have no idea.
Hmm.
None.
Her palms go
No.
up in the rogatory position, which indicates that she may lack confidence in her statement. Palms up while making a declarative statement is seen as a big red flag because it suggests the person is pleading with the other
Nearly
person to
done,
believe them
actually.
and may be unsure in what they're saying.
He doesn't have any friends. I don't go out much. The one friend that I do really have lives in Silver Springs.
Silver Springs.
I don't like drama. I don't like having outside chaos, so I just stay home. I'm just a stay-at-home mom.
Samantha continues to attempt to steer the investigation towards the same person she named. She portrays herself simply as a stay-at-home mom. However, her homemaking skills seem to be lacking based on the condition of her house. As the police observe, the environment in the home is obviously not fit for children. In a report later drafted by investigator Chris Bragg, who is currently questioning Samantha, vivid details of the terrible conditions in the Ibarra household are laid out. The rooms are unclean and unsanitary, with trash, urine, feces, clothes, and dirty diapers scattered on the floor.
I'm obsessed with making sure an animal is being taken care of the way it deserves to be taken care of. They're like children. They can't take care of themselves.
Chris describes the children as dressed in dirty clothes and appearing not to have been bathed recently. We pick back up as Chris continues to press Samantha.
And I'm watching this guy punch him in the face with a guy over and over.
How'd that make you feel?
Horrible.
So,
I was hysterically bawling.
so it didn't make you feel glad or
No.
there's torture?
No.
Because you told me that you felt good about, wanting to stab him, kill him.
At some point in time, everybody loses their temper, but have I ever acted out and hurt anybody? No. And you can look at my record on that.
When she says you can look at my record, this is what is known as a convincing statement. When someone
You
is
just
lying,
talked
they
about
may make
this.
statements such as this that sound compelling in order to
Make
convince
sure
the
you're
other person.
picking it up.
However, someone who's telling the
He's
truth
got to
is
make
less
sure he
likely to
fills out
use convincing statements
as much
because the
time as
facts are
possible
on
on
their
this video,
side.
huh?
I had one try to criminal mischief, and that was because I tossed my keys to somebody and let them use my car.
Sure.
And they didn't have a license.
Now, when they cut your shirt off of you, was it violent?
They did not give a shit about that.
No, they jerked it out and started slashing at it with this apparently dull box cutter, and then when it didn't work, ripped it off over my head and threw it to the side.
Damn.
Cut in half.
No, they started
All right,
cutting like they were going to cut it down or across, and the blade wasn't working, so they said and ripped it off over my head.
But as far as tonight, you had nothing to do with this experience. You don't know who did anything.
No.
You're positive about that?
Yes.
Well, what I need you to do for me is make me a list of everybody, friends, family, contact numbers, his boss, where he works at Little Caesars, his boss where he works at the Talcott Woodcraft.
The investigator exits the room and leaves Samantha to her list. A few minutes later, Sheriff Tim Ingram enters the room and tries his hand at getting to the truth with Samantha.
And this is why that it's very important, honey, that we want you to be honest, because I'm going to tell you what, the evidence we found on the scene, it's just not matching. I don't think you harmed this boy, but I think you know who did, because if somebody's going to kidnap him, why is there his blood in y'all's pickup? Kidnappers ain't going to use the pickup to do something with him and then put him out there and put him in the truck and haul him back.
In his pickup, his blood?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody, it's apparent to me that somebody used his truck.
When someone is feeling especially anxious, their mouth and throat may become drier, which can lead to increased throat clearing, swallowing, or coughing. If any of these behaviors start or increase suddenly, it can be a sign to detectives that they're on the right track and need to question the suspect further. Samantha's cough here could be related to this. She may be panicked about the news that blood was found in his truck, and the cough is an attempt to reduce the discomfort and dryness she feels in her throat.
To take him somewhere after he was assaulted at y'all's house.
I told him that they got into his truck because they wanted his ID. Because they said they needed to verify 100% they had the right person, is what they said. I don't know if they were one of the people that hit him or not. They sent somebody out to the truck to get his wallet to check his ID. Came back in and said, yes, he is who he says he is.
Okay, well, they still don't explain why his blood is in that truck.
They hit him in the face like 100 times.
Well, no, but you said they went out and did it and got it.
Looks good.
He was never supposed to be in that truck.
If they had blood on their hands and got in the truck.
No, it's drip blood. It's not.
It's drip blood?
Yes, he was in that truck. And this is what's going to look so bad is from your story, and this is why you don't have to be a suspect, and I still don't think you did it. I don't think you're strong enough to do it, but I personally, I think you're scared. I don't know if you had a boyfriend that you found out about.
The investigator is attempting to establish the existence of accomplices, and from there, the existence of one or more conspiracies.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know what the deal is, but Sam, you've got your kids was in the same room.
It's telling that Samantha says she's being as honest as she can. This may be another convincing statement. It sounds reasonable, but someone who's telling the entire truth likely wouldn't feel the need to make claims about being an honest person. In addition, Samantha's statement here may have some level of truth to it. She's being as honest as she can be without incriminating herself. Adding on "as I can" may be an exclusion qualifier, which allows her to tell the detective some of what happened while withholding information about her specific role in the crime.
There's just the whole layout of your house and the way you said they took him. It's just not making sense.
The interrogator is doing a good job of appearing neutral. Despite the evidence pointing to Samantha being dishonest with him, he makes it out as if he is on her side. The more she trusts the detective, the more likely she will be to confess.
Okay. All right. Finish writing your statement. What we need, okay?
That's a lot better.
You need something to drink?
He left with my phone.
No.
Where did he take that?
Well, we've got a search warrant for your phone. That phone's going to be ours for a while. Because the calls, every call you made in the past year, we're gonna have to look at.
Okay.
Every text message, everything. So we've got a search warrant for your phone. Okay.
He's trying to scare her.
I'm telling you everything I know. I'm repeating everything they've said.
Okay. Well, just go ahead and you got your statement. We'll get back with you in a minute, okay?
You can look at my record. I'm not somebody that gets into trouble.
Sit right there and told me the same story just like you're telling me. And they tried to convince me. And in the end, when the evidence come in, they sat there and we knew all along they were lying. We knew all along the story was made up.
Detectives want suspects to think they know more than they actually do, or that they're about to find some crucial piece of evidence, leaving suspects panicking about how much police actually know. Investigators want suspects to feel the time pressure to confess, implying that it's in the suspect's best interest to do so before it's too late.
I will be the first person to come forward because I want it found.
So let me ask you something. How did you call for help if you was tied up?
I used my nose.
So they didn't take your phone in. They left your phone there.
They asked me if I had a phone, and I told them no. And they asked him,
so how'd you get to it? How'd you get to it?
I wiggled on my side.
Where was it? Where was
I was on this side of the upstairs, and it was shoved up underneath the edge of the bed on this side of the upstairs.
Who did you call?
My mother was the first number on my call list.
Why your mom?
And
so instead of calling 911 for help, you called your mother?
How do you press 911 with your face?
Well, how did you dial your mother with your face?
I didn't dial my mother. I just pushed the first thing that was on there. It had just happened to be my mom.
Although Samantha may believe this is a reasonable explanation, you'll encounter another witness who will tell the sheriff's office that they observed Samantha with her phone simply laying on her lap in the aftermath of the attack. Next, the sheriff wants to hear about what's been going on in Samantha's personal life.
Well, now see, here's something else I don't understand. Maybe you can help explain it to me. You talked about how much you love Ernie, right?
Mm-hmm.
But though you're talking to Brian, you're talking to Alan.
I'm not allowed to have friends because I'm married.
Oh, no. No, not that kind of friend when people like you, No, you think that's normal for married people to...
In the world nowadays, in general, I think...
Wow.
People our age, I wish I could marry somebody like my dad. He's great to my mother. There's nobody else ever that could turn his eyes from her. He's the perfect husband.
Okay.
God knows I didn't marry one. He cheated on me more than once, and I think every once in a while to hear that I'm beautiful and to hear that I am an attractive person and that I am not the most horrible person in the world, it's nice.
This could be an attempt to not only justify her actions in talking to other guys, but it could also be a deliberate attempt to portray her husband in a negative light. She's hinting toward verbal abuse by claiming that he would tell her how horrible she is. This seems especially unusual given the fact that her husband is still missing. Most people would avoid speaking ill of a loved one who's missing or recently deceased. She may be setting up a possible defense if it's later proven that she was involved in his disappearance.
Did Ernie ever look at your phone?
Yes, all the time.
Did he see those messages where you've been talking to them guys?
Hey.
What did he say?
Nothing.
Oh.
He didn't particularly like it, but after what he put me through, he
just
told me
chilling.
as long as I didn't bring anything home.
I'm actually probably going to stop streaming soon because I'm almost done with this picture.
He didn't want to know about it.
Just
I'm not
nearly.
cheating on you.
Hello,
Yeah, these guys tell me I'm beautiful.
Yeah, I know, right? That was like the second or third Rosie that we've heard today.
Earlier, Samantha claimed that she didn't go out much and was just a stay-at-home mom. Now that detectives are questioning her about the
I
guy
also have
she
a
was
friend
talking
named
to,
Rosie, so it's
she
really
suddenly
funny.
changes her story.
It was
She
on
may have given the
earlier.
first statement because it supported the narrative she was trying to weave about how she was a homebody who didn't know anyone who could be involved in her husband's disappearance. However,
There's some
now that
called
detectives have
Rosie.
evidence of her text
You're the
with other
third
guys,
Rosie. Yeah, and the
she
other
needs
Rosie
to
as
support
well.
this new narrative.
And yeah, I may have a little too much to drink, and someone says, "Hey, can
Thank
I have your
you.
number?" And I may give it to
It's
them.
almost
But
done.
that's as far as it goes.
Just
Samantha seems
nearly done.
preoccupied with others recognizing her as beautiful, given her repeated use of the word to describe herself. This could be a possible indication of her having narcissistic traits.
Anyway, sorry, like this little button came up on the corner of my screen and I pushed it. Now my lighting is different and it's making my face look all splotchy and I don't know that I like it. I'm a little vain, I guess.
A narcissist requires excessive admiration. She may have felt like she didn't get the recognition from her husband that she felt entitled to. So she sought out that attention from other men.
Hey, in your statement, you might want to just go ahead and write in there after
app for art
I just want to talk about
is Clip Studio Paint.
Because who's to say one of these guys
This is Clip Studio Paint you're looking at right now.
Come in and get you.
For my PNG tuber, I use an app called PNG Tuber. And yeah, I can't think of anything else.
OBS for streaming.
Oh yeah, OBS for streaming as well. Woo! Well, maybe I'll just like kind of frost it a little bit with the color. Oh, okay. Frost it a little bit with the color. Little frost. Wait. Oh wait, I shouldn't have done that. I forgot. I'm doing this. We're watching true crime and drawing.
The detective is laying groundwork for the theme development stage of the Reed technique.
This is what I would be doing if I wasn't on stream.
Who was interested in her had something to do with her husband's disappearance. If she can admit to this possibility, it will be easier for her to later admit to having knowledge of it, and then eventually to her confessing that she was actively involved.
Yep.
When the sheriff mentions that perhaps one of her male acquaintances
just have
set
on in
this
the
up to make her
background, you know?
single, she grasps at
Yeah.
this
Nice and
idea as
chill.
another motive. She may be realizing her story and acting aren't going over as well as she'd imagined. Once again, she's the victim. It seems she'll do anything to deflect attention from herself.
In October, things blew up. He laid his hands on me. I put criminal trespass on him, not on his sister, because she was acting crazy and harassing me. My friend David Smith had talked to me earlier, said he might come by later that night. I told him it was probably not the best idea. Why? Ernie gonna be there?
Who's this David Smith?
He called in and reported that
Who's this David Smith?
Then, when he realized that I intended on giving him the chance to be the better person he says he's going to be, and to go through the criminal trespass or the anger management courses and go through and do what he says he's going to do, and I'm going to give him that chance out of home on his own without having a judge to force him to do it.
So already got a lot of anger
Give it
issues.
more
Is he
depth.
jealous?
Yes.
Is he
This
very
looks pretty
jealous of
good.
you?
This is different than what she said earlier about how Ernie told her she could do whatever with whomever, as long as it wasn't at their house. Samantha appears to enjoy being in the role of the damsel in distress, and having David Smith and these other men come and save her from her allegedly abusive husband. This is another example of Samantha's need for attention, which is common among individuals with narcissistic personality disorder.
Yes. David Smith hit him up because me and him had been hanging out. I hadn't intended on ever hearing from Dagon again, Ernie.
Here's what I
I
want
had
to
never
do.
intended on speaking to him again. He cheated on me and he laid his hands on me. I was done. Well, his sister talked his way back in, and he said he loves you, blah, blah, blah. He wants to be with you. Well, I was on a Skype conversation with him, and David was at the house.
Ooh, on the
He heard
Skype conversation with him, huh?
He got freaking furious and started freaking out on me and treating me like crap and threatening me. David, this guy that was a friend, and
He
only
just
a
did that
friend,
for no
wanted to
reason,
be with
though,
me.
I bet.
And when he realized that I had intended on going back to my husband, he freaked out.
I need to find out where David lives. If you say he lives close to you, I need to find out where he lives at.
Uh-oh.
Rita? Hey, there is one other way that we can make absolutely sure and clear you. We can give you a polygraph test.
Would you mind me speaking to my mother before I completely agree to that?
Well, but Now, if you have nothing to hide, why would you want to talk to your mama?
Yeah.
Because it's nothing against you personally, but just cops in general, you hear such negative things and how they are not out to help you, and CPS is the same way, and I just kind of want to get my mom and dad's opinion on if it's in my best interest.
You know what? You know what I think? I think it's not going to be long. I think they're locking your butt up, what I think. I think you've been lying to me this whole time. You did get him right. I think you're a liar, what I think. I think
You dadgum right. I love him.
Story for a minute.
I love it that he just says this. It's awesome.
So I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's just get on with it.
It seems that the interrogator's anger is an intended tactic here. It evokes the desired reaction from Samantha, but it can also be a setback to the overall interrogation's progress. Any trust created is now gone. This is a change-up used only when there is overwhelming evidence against the suspect.
Okay.
Hearing this, Samantha may be experiencing the freeze response here. Her body is completely still, with her mouth hanging open.
Pretty awesome.
When someone senses danger, such as Samantha realizing here that police don't buy her story one bit, they may cease all movement. This is an instinctual response to danger. Movement invites attention, so freezing may make someone momentarily feel like they can lower the spotlight on them.
That's why I say I've tried to really be honest with you.
And that's why
I feel that you have done nothing but sit here this whole time. If I'm gonna tell you right now,
This is the king of the hill.
And what bothers me is you even
I
hesitate
feel like we're in Arlington,
to take that noise
Texas.
to positively clear you or to positively show that you're hiding something. But what's going to make you guilty is when we prove that you lied to us in here.
The sheriff indicates that lying will essentially make her guilty. This is somewhat misleading. Though, as stated previously, the police are legally allowed to mislead suspects so long as they do not coerce them into a confession. Nevertheless, the inconsistencies between Samantha's statements and the evidence could be used to suggest that she is aware of her own guilt and is using lies to cover it up. Therefore, the investigator is trying to establish knowledge of guilt, or more commonly referred to as consciousness of guilt. This is most often established by circumstantial evidence related to the suspect's actions or inactions after a crime.
This is what I'm gonna do. I do know who did it.
Merge visible to new light. Oh wait, no, forgot it.
Doesn't that make me like an accomplice?
Nope, it sure don't. No, that makes you a scared mother with children.
Interestingly, Samantha asked the sheriff about being an accomplice. The law usually treats accomplices just as it would principals, meaning that accomplices can face exactly the same legal penalties. Most states hold a person criminally liable if they aid or abet another in the commission of a crime. The classic example of this is a getaway driver for a bank robbery.
Right.
Importantly, this is a distinct concept from conspiracy. A conspiracy is when two or more people make an agreement to commit a crime, and at least one individual within the group takes some overt act towards committing the crime. In such a case,
I want to see what kind
all
of filters I can
conspirators
put
are
on
criminally
this.
liable for the conspiracy.
The only other thing I know, and I don't even know what I know.
That's cool. See? It's
I went
pixelified.
to the hospital with my friend Charlotte.
Okay.
Looks like you got
She's got a guy there, and I
Huh?
swear to God, I cannot go up there that I said any of this.
Okay.
Because they have a lot of
Cool.
friends around here, and my life will be in a lot of danger.
Okay.
Cool.
But the only other thing I know
You could make it
is
like
that
Game
people
Boy.
started talking to her about problems like I just told you.
You could add this to the line art layer to make it look glitchy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have many of them. So when I do get with one of my friends, I want to talk about any problems we might have had. And honestly, lately, it hasn't been many.
Okay.
We have
I
had
could do
problems in the
this.
past, and I hadn't seen Charlotte in a long time.
Okay, come on with it.
And she's got this guy in the room with her, and he gets to talking
This is
about
cool. Just makes it look a little
I mean, you
brainy.
shouldn't treat a woman that way, and how you don't do those things to a person.
All right, the ref is done.
Wolverine.
Okay, you see, Sam, you did this, but that does not make you
Who in Wolverine?
proof that he did.
Deadpool.
Well, yeah, the new movie's out.
I thought that, honestly, I don't know. I thought there'd be in a battle pass or some shit. I thought they were coming out like
This is like looks like it's floating.
Goodbye.
Ooh. Yeah.
Stop, you're scaring me.
I'll probably make like a thing for this. Like a little image. But for now, I'm gonna leave it right here, and I'm gonna end the stream. It was awesome hanging out with y'all. Y'all were beautiful today. Y'all were very well behaved.
Well behaved.
Not you. You've always been a bad boy. And you know it to be true.
I'm your weekend lover.
But don't be my... Wait, no, this is my setup. You guys aren't allowed to look at that.
Oh.
You know, don't look. Wink.
No peeking.
Have a nice whatever time it is and don't get ran over. Hey
Thank
guys,
you.
it's me,
Thank you.
Kofukustream. I'm back.